They brought us to this country as a labor force. We built a foundation and they hate us for it. They hate us for it. We built a foundation and they ain't pay us for it. They ain't pay us for it, but they gon' pay for it. Already prayed for it. Non-believers didn't pray for us. Non-believers didn't pray for us. We're black and we built a foundation. Stone by stone, generation to generation. Vultures said we had no culture. Already prayed. The vultures got a Jay-Z poster. The vultures got a lacy culture. Vultures eat what they didn't kill. Vultures sleep what they didn't build. They brought us to this country as a labor force. We built a foundation and they hate us for it. We built a foundation and they ain't pay us for it. They ain't pay for it, but they gon' pay for it. Already paid for it. Nobody prayed for it. Nobody didn't pray for us. Nobody didn't pray for us. We're black and we built a foundation. Stone by stone, generation to generation. Vultures said we had no culture. And vultures got a Jay-Z poster. And vultures got a lacy poster. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings, teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings, facts over feelings, teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings, facts over feelings, teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Facts over feelings, facts over feelings, teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks with 50 million facts. Teaching the truth to the youth and black children. 50 million blacks, 50 million facts.
Yeah, what it do, man? Yeah. It's time to steer the narrative of the lineage. So much of us is saying we want to delineate, but what does that really mean? And I'm starting to come to the conclusion the average person that claims they're of the lineage, when they say delineate, I'm not 100% sure that they understand what we mean when we say delineate. Okay? I don't think you understand. Because if you did, you wouldn't let little things slide. Okay? So let's go here first. If you really understood what it meant to delineate, a lot of y'all wouldn't be so quick to license other nationalities to have the word black as their identification or their identity. How is that helping us delineate? Is that it's causing the confusion? There's a reason why we can't get reparations under black, because too many people are included in the word black. That's what me and the brother Yak Films were talking about earlier. So he disclosed some or revealed there are some reparations payout that lineage folks got, and it was lineage based. He said the Tuskegee is one of them, and there was another case that he mentioned that was lineage based. But then he mentioned some that were not. We got to get the language right. So if you are using the word black as your identity, then you are the main ones who got to gatekeep black from foreigners. Adolfs don't, Friedman don't, Salon don't. Okay, and neither nobody who says blacks with an X. Only those who are using the word black. Y'all need to be the most gatekeepers. Because as long as other folks can claim black, you can't use anything with the word black in it as a distinction, as a distinctive term. You dig? So y'all should be the main one listening to what I gotta say and writing down, taking notes, and passing it along. Right? So let's start right here. Let's start right here.
Is a little illiterate here, and I'm just listening.
It's all right. We love it. Let's get Dan in here. Brother Dan, hop on, Dan.
Yo, what's good? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. What's going on?
Man, not much, man. I think like what you were saying was real key about them being so desperate. They're actually going and researching our family histories and stuff and trying to copy it, but they didn't live it.
It's mainly like the tether news out there that's taking it that far. Like, and that's why we call them agents.
So it's
Wow.
real easy to see through it. And then when they was talking about the guy was talking about the Haitian thing, notice what he said. He said, "Oh, there's history and there's the YT man history." It's like, nah, that's not what happened. The Dutch actually owned most of the land up here at first. Then it was the British. Then it was, there was the British, the French, the Spanish, the Dutch, and then we got our independence. And they had nothing to do with that. And the only reason why, and no disrespect to Haitians or Haiti, but we gotta be honest about that. Napoleon had a bunch of BS going on over there in Europe, and they couldn't send the troops over there like they could. So they really won on on a handicap match. That's not the conversation for a different day. And I do think if they were more focused on them and what they could do, they'd be in a better place. Especially when you look and you see that Haiti in itself, they're not even trying to rebuild it. They're all trying to leave and go over here based on the freedoms and the rights we fought. So I just wanted to add that real quick, man. Shout out to you. I do got to hit you up a little later, bro.
No doubt.
All right, peace.
No doubt. Thank you so much, Dan. But yeah, it's heavy, man. Well, yeah, they've been trying to wiggle their way into the history, into the lineage. Well, they've been trying to backdoor. And, well, this delineation got people in a chokehold. It really has people in a chokehold. Because, man, people, we're never supposed to delineate family. That's the thing. And I told y'all about the power of delineating and the disempowerment of being delineated from. See, when people delineate from you, that puts them in a power position over you. All right? When somebody gets to say, hey, I'm not that person, that's like a power thing to a certain degree. And they've been doing that shit to us for the longest. They come over here and throw up a flag. They used to just throw the flags dead in our faces. I'm from here. This is who I am. And then they're black when it's convenient. But we start seeing the minute these people get a win, they go out of their way to delineate themselves from us. And they've been doing this shit for years and then tell us about the power of unity and how we need to be unified and we're all one. Oh, we're the same nigga. And the minute these people win an award, all of a sudden, they get on a stage and distance themselves from us as far as they can. I'd like to thank you for this country music award, being the first nigga to do a country album like this. I would like to say, immigrants built America. This is for the immigrants. They pull a shabuzi. And they've been doing that. They've been doing that for years, ladies and gentlemen. I've been telling people for years. I picked up on that a long time ago. Whenever award season would happen, if there was a music award or an acting award, these people who present themselves as black, all of a sudden they get a damn accent on award night. They get a weird accent. They start shouting out all of these little exotic places. I'm like, well, whoa. I picked up on that a long time ago. Yeah? But we ain't supposed to acknowledge our unique lineage. We're not supposed to do that. Nadine? What's up, Nadine? You want to hop in, Nadine? You're from Haiti, Nadine? Hop on in, Nadine. Miss Nadine, hop on in if you are. Somebody said they're from Haiti. Nadine, hop on in and say what's on your mind, Nadine. You said you're from Haiti. All right. And you might just be talking in the chat room. I don't know, but hop on if you will. Hop on and let me know what's on your mind. You're not hopping on fast enough. Let me get some more people in here. Let's get it. Mr. God, what's your name, brother? I tried to get you on. You didn't say nothing, sir. Thank y'all for the gifts. Thank y'all. So many people are coming in with the gifts. Thank you for the gifts. Respect to the gifts. Let me see who's in the request queue and get y'all up like that. All right.
I didn't.
What's up, brother? You didn't mean to hit the button?
No, Tariq, but this is my first time on your live. I'm just enjoying. I'm one of the ones that is a little illiterate here, and I'm just
It's
listening.
all right. We love you. We love you anyway, sister. We absolutely love you.
All right, I love your show. Are you telling the truth here?
Listen, thank you so much, beloved. Thank you. She's in there making some grits for her grandkids. Shout out to her. She sounds like she make good breakfast for them grandkids.
The guy that came up saying that he was from Louisiana, I just kind of had a feeling too, but you really be sniffing him real quick. And then when he goes, 3 years old, that was when I was 3 years old and he had all these names, I was like, okay. Then you came at him, I was like, oh.
That's a given, ladies and gentlemen. No family, hell, when you look at foundational Black Americans, look at our icons. You look at a foundational Black American icon, they've all had strong foundational Black American fathers raising them, right? Think of our icons. Venus and Serena Williams, iconic tennis players. Strong Black father. Tiger Woods. Even Tiger running right here talking about he's a Campbell Asian. But Campbell Asian, nothing. Your FBA damn dad got you where you need to be. You understand? Michael Jordan. James Jordan was his guy. That was the guy. That was the guy making sure he was thorough. Even Shaquille O'Neal, he was his stepfather. He always praised his stepfather, stepping up and getting him right. Yeah? Kobe Bryant. The list goes on. Beyonce, Matthew Knowles. Matthew Knowles got Beyonce where she needs to be. You understand? Shit. The list goes on and on and on. Aretha Franklin, her dad, C.L. Franklin. The list goes on and on. Michael Damn Jackson. Y'all can say what you want about Joe. Joe was the shit. Michael would not have been where he was without Joe. In fact, when he got rid of Joe as his manager and got up out that house, that's when shit went bad for Michael, if you want to be real. When Michael got away from his people, his family, that's when shit went left. Shit went haywire. If we want to be real, they tried to paint Joe as the bad guy. Joe wasn't the bad guy. You know? Yeah, Joe Jackson would have shut down all that bullshit. You know? Really? All them sleepovers and no, get them children out of here. Everybody got to go. Hell, Deion Sanders, right? Come on now. Look at Shedeur Sanders and those guys. Come on. The Black father. Phenomenal. Black males, phenomenal. Come on, that's a given. Yeah? We're not gonna let them talk greasy at us and then the bushmeat barristers and the bushmeat barristers and the white supremacists, they have the same talking points. Yeah, that don't work on us. That don't work on us. Yeah. Right. The Gerald Levert with their father. Right. Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy had Strong black father.
Yeah, I meant to invite you up if that was not a mistake and send that invite in. I looked down, I seen you.
All right. Right. LeVar Ball. Come on. Brandy. Yeah. Yep. Let me see. Let's get these hands up. Let's get a couple of more folks in here. Yeah, Chris Rock, right? Everybody's right, right. And Master P. Remember his granddad. He got like some settlement money from his granddad, who looked out for him, and that's how he got No Limit Records started. He opened up a record shop. You know, Ken Griffey doing right. Ken Griffey, yeah. Oh, his black fathers are phenomenal. Let me see, who is that? Simone. Let's get, what's your name? Simon, is it Simon? Simon, hop on in, Simon. All right. Simon, yeah, Tupac had Matulu. What's up, Simon?
What's going on, brother Tariq?
I'm good,
How's it
sir. How
going
are
on?
you?
How's the weather? How's the weather out there?
Everything is good out here in Japan. It's absolutely lovely. Now, where you from? West Africa?
Oh, me?
Yes, sir.
Nah, I'm Black American. I'm full foundational.
Okay.
1730s on my genealogy. Yeah, I'm full Black
Okay.
American, bro.
Okay, there it is. So what's on your mind, brother?
Um, yeah, I wanted to say something to the how the Haitians always bring up their history, right? And it
Yes.
kind of annoys me altogether because these Haitians of today, they're not they're not even descendants of these so-called warriors that they're talking about. They're not even descendants.
Right.
Like we're actually descendants of the Gullah Wars, our civil rights, our emancipation, like World War. You got somebody,
Let me.
yeah, that dude. Like we're descendants of our emancipation battles. We literally have people in our family tree.
Yeah, I had the volume all the way down. I didn't hear you. Well, yeah, it's a Native Black American room.
So you guys read podcasts?
Nah, I actually got a theme, and it just so happened that me and Tariq be in tune. And like this video right here, I never watched it, but I have a theme that I'm going with, and it's what is actually delineation. So I found out even people of my same lineage don't know what delineation actually is. So it just so happened that Tariq Nasheed was breaking down delineation in this video. That's just straight coincidence. Yeah. So anyway, I was letting them drop some hot fire on that, and then I was gonna cook like I normally do. You know what I mean? I'm a journalist, a YouTube journalist. You know, I'm a something like a phenomenon scholar. So I have my own talking points, my own research, and you know, I stand on my own. I don't need Tariq nobody else.
So delineation for you.
Okay, well, not to me. The actual word has a definition when it applies to sociology to people. So it just simply means that you are making a declaration. Like for example, in 1804, Dessalines said, "We are the Haitians. Don't confuse us with nobody else on the planet." So he's being very precise of who they were and who they were not. We're Haitians. We're not everybody else. All right. So Kwame Nkrumah 1984 said, "We are the Ghanaians." Thomas Sankara, 1957 said, "We are Burkina and this is Burkina Faso." So many people make declarations of who they are when they are lumped up with other people, and then nobody know who is who. So we're making a distinctive proclamation declaration. We're saying, hey, we're not just flat black people. We're not just classified as a race group. We are somebody in the race group like everybody else. We are the Black Americans who are classified in the race group. We are the native Black Americans who are classified in the group. Yeah, that's what it means. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Black Americans was forced to delineate. They didn't really want to delineate
Explain.
because, like, in like the prior decades, let's say the 70s, 80s, and even the 90s, right?
Okay.
Most Black Americans was on like a Pan-Africanist
No,
type of.
I disagree, but go ahead. I'll let you finish.
And what I'm saying is, Black Americans, they really wanted to because back in like the 80s, we was wearing like the shikis and we had the beads and all that stuff. So we wanted to unite with the diaspora. We wanted to unite with Black Americans wanted to unite with Africa, right? But after Black Americans saw what Africans were about when they came here, right? They realized that they weren't on Africans didn't want Pan-Africanism, right? And even other Blacks in the diaspora didn't want Pan-Africanism. Like Black Hispanics were saying, and every other Black people from Tanzania, they were saying they weren't Black. Saying that this unity. So in that way, Black Americans were kind of forced into delineating, which I think is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? But Black Americans, they should have delineated a long time ago, like possibly in the 80s. But I understand why that couldn't happen because the migration, of like blacks from immigration was mostly, it was a lot of Blacks that came in like the 80s, and so it was mostly Black Americans here for a while until a certain time. So my opinion is Black Americans was forced to delineate, and it's a good thing. What do you think about that?
Okay, so what state are you currently in? I know. That's why I asked that. Okay, have you ever lived in the South before? I'd have. So when you say we were predominantly Pan-Africans, that's something a New Yorker would say. Right, but hold on. Right, hold up. Let me go. Yeah. Yeah, yes, because I lived and went to school in Mississippi. I lived and went to school in Dallas, Texas. I lived and went to school in North Carolina, and I live in Georgia. I lived in South Carolina. Ain't none of them on some old I'm African type tip. They all, even in Gullah Geechee and Charleston. I work with them as well. This is recent. This ain't 1,000 years ago. This is the other day, last year. They made it clear, I'm not African, I'm American. Right. So here's the thing. So I'm gonna add to what you said. When you said we felt like they're not even Pan-African. So what you mean is the Pan-Africans, the native Black American Pan-Africans realized that Africans were not Pan-Africans and they start to turn heel. Yeah. Also, go ahead. Yeah. Majority of native Black Americans live down south.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's the majority, right? They're in a good, when we say 50 million, majority of that 50 million is down south. And yeah.
Going on actually, because a lot of New York is being gentrified a lot.
Yeah, so here's something. Nobody ever really wants to move. People are content where they're at. What happens is people sabotage and undermine your living conditions. They make it real hard for you. They don't hire you. They lock you up, give you a felony, so they don't give you the loans. They redline you. They don't redline the immigrant. So they kind of force people to have no choice but to, possibly move down south. And then secondly, I got relatives who are down south and they were not forced down south. They just got tired of living with illegals. Okay. Yeah, yeah. They got tired of living illegals and they bounced. We try to talk them out of it, but they ain't want no smoke. They got tired of the illegals because it's Sanctuary City. I'm in Jersey. So we got these, this is Sanctuary State. We got Sanctuary Cities, and these folks can do, yeah, and these folks can do what they want. A lot of Native Black Americans like, yeah, I can't live with that because I'm gonna go crazy when I'm gonna crash out, I'm gonna chimp out and hurt somebody. Now, the other thing that you said, black. So, right, when you ask, going to say a black flag, right? Mhm.
Say that they're black because of this whole, movement and delineation. So now they're trying to change their tune now.
Yeah, but we understand they would cosplay, right? Because they're fleers. But why are we saying they're black? Why are we helping them cosplay? That's my thing.
When you say we, I guess you're saying the people who do that.
You just said it earlier. You said the black people of the world.
So,
Okay.
I consider myself like what FBA would call writers. I'm gonna consider myself a writer.
Okay.
And also, um, 'cause I've lived here all my life. I came here when I was 5, and I'm actually 40.
Okay.
I lived here all my life. And I lived here all my life in New York City.
Were you born in New York?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. Okay. At what age did you come to New York?
6.
Okay. All right.
So
Brooklyn? Well, no, wait. The definition of a tether is somebody who do something horrible, just like a racist is somebody who do something horrible, right? So there's name, it's like a thief, a robber, right. Just like a thief, a robber, this scammer. These are all action words. So only when you do something horrible is when you get a horrible label.
understand. I'm not gonna call it a movement, but I understand the lineage.
Well, not there is a delineation movement, is reparation movement, but the actual saying you're something, that's not a movement. Just like Kwame and Nkrumah didn't have the Ghanaian movement. That's just saying, hey, we're Ghanaians. We're no longer the Gold Coast. And Thomas Sankara said we're no longer the Upper Volta. We are saying who you are. This is like Malcolm X said, I'm no longer Malcolm Little. I'm Malcolm X. It wasn't a movement. He just established his name. For now on, call me this. Or a name. Both. The name of a lineage. Yeah. And look, let me add a little more to that. So black it's the name of a race, right? So people are classified as black in many countries and over here in America. So what happens is that people are Haitian, but they're classified as black. People are Jamaican, they're classified as black. People are Nigerian, they're classified as black. Here's the problem with us before delineation. We're just classified as black, but who are we in that classification? You got Nigerians, Haitians, and Jamaicans. Who are we in that classification, black? Nope, because black is a race. Right. Right. And but listen, but the big difference is that they control how their race, they control the narrative of their race because they made up the racial construct. So you can't compare yourself with the founders of the racial construct. So like they could bend rules, tweak rules, and matter of fact, they did something illegal. They had 100-year system called Jim Crow that was racially exclusive. That's illegal according to the 1866 Civil Rights Act, and that's illegal according to the 14th Amendment Equal Protection Clause. So these people who call themselves white, they break rules all the time. They make up rules, and sometimes the rules don't apply to them. So we can't compare ourselves to them, right? So we just got to talk our truth, and our truth is they were able to flatten us where we didn't have an ethnicity. We don't have one right now. This is why we're delineating. Part of that is we are an ethnicity in that racial classification, just like you and everybody else. We ain't gonna be the flat black person with no specificity. So as a result, we can't demand anything under black because I just said black is a race, and you can't be racially inclusive or exclusive in America. That's called unconstitutional. That's why the DI programs got shot down. And forgive me, TikTok. That's why a lot of racial based organizations been like University of North Carolina been sued by Edward Blum, Harvard been sued, and a whole bunch of people been sued for racial based programs. So with that being said, if we go around saying we're black, that's a race and nothing is entitled to you. You can't demand anything because you can't be racially inclusive or exclusive.
The immigrant blacks, whether it be the continental Africans or the Caribbeans or whatever, if they didn't delineate first, right, I think that Black Americans would not feel the need to.
Okay, so let me correct you there. So, and this is also what I meant to correct, but thanks for bringing it back there. Earlier, you said we were forced to delineate. Well, not really. This is what happened. We have been excluded racially, right? Don't forget, being excluded racially is unconstitutional. We've been excluded racially for over 100 years, right? So that's unconstitutional, and we're seeking compensation because of that. Remember, Edward Blum, through his AAER, American Alliance Equal Rights Organization, he is suing racial-based organization. He's winning money. So we've been racially excluded for 100 years. So we can sue too as a collective. That's what we're doing. Now, we realize they can't pay us. We don't have a legal suit because you can't sue on behalf of a race. Okay. So we realize through ADOS is that in order to sue, you have to be very narrow and precise. Who are the harmed people? And they can't be a race because a race includes immigrants from all across the world. And that's not how these work. They got to be narrow, can't be broad. And that's what makes it illegal. It has to be very narrow and tight. Japanese reparations are very tight. They just spoke about Japanese, not all Asians. So for us, Yvette Carnell and Tone Talk and Dr. Solidarity realized that we need an all-inclusive name to sue. Without that being broad black, there's no suit. That's why every Pan-African organization that tried to sue all failed and flopped. They didn't realize the race-based thing was a nothing burger. So that brought on the need and the attention for delineation. It wasn't that we were forced to do it. We couldn't sue for reparatory damages without delineating.
Okay, I understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
Your main purpose to delineate is for reparation purposes. That's kind of what you're saying, right?
No. So what I'm saying is reparations motivated it. But through that, we realized we did not have an ethnicity on file. So as we were trying to sue for reparations, we realized through courts and Congress by saying we can't sue, and when it was given the reasons, it disclosed, oh snap, you guys don't recognize us as an ethnicity federally. You only recognize us as being part of a racial classification. Right. So it became bigger than reparations. We like, oh no, that ain't gonna work. We gotta establish a name. So regardless of reparations or not, we still don't exist. Nah.
See reparations, right?
Right.
Receive reparations.
Uh-huh.
Then what would be the other purposes for delineating?
Okay. So yeah, sure. So reparations is one thing. Now, when we want to demand something else, like for example, an anti-black crime bill, right? You can't do it because black is a race. So it's unconstitutional. So there are a lot of evils and a lot of play in this political play in this country where you need a delineating term for almost everything. Got it. Yeah. Sure. Sure. Yeah.
I mean, to me, you have a anti-black bill for black race, right? I know, I understand what you're saying, but that would kind of incorporate all blacks under that crime bill, wouldn't it?
Not all, yeah, not all blacks, but everybody who's racially classified as black.
So,
Yeah.
so in terms of delineating, you know, to me, it's like the delineation does not necessarily.
Okay, so that, no, it does. Let me help you out. We're doing that because there's an Asian anti-crime bill that's supposed to be unconstitutional. So you got to follow what I'm saying to you. So when you use Asian, white, black, right, for something and exclude other races, that's unconstitutional. But somehow during COVID-19, Congress let an anti-Asian bill slip through, which is supposed to be unconstitutional. So the way you expose that hypocrisy and that double standard, that contradiction is you say, hey, oh, so we're allowing race-based things now. All right, so we need that anti-black crime bill racially. So if one is unconstitutional, then both are. And if one is constitutional, then both are. But it can't be one way. So we're exposing the double standard, the hypocrisy, and the racism on. Go ahead.
Since the
Mhm.
says, right?
Yeah, not me. It's the constitutional law says that.
Right.
Mhm.
So black race-based anti-crime bill.
Okay.
And they're that.
Right. Yep.
Very.
Well, yeah, because once you let one people pass, right, and you exclude others, then you're clearly being racial, right? Literally. Right. Right. Well, it would be fair, but it wouldn't be fair. What you're doing is you're breaking the rules for one, so you're forced to break the rules for us. So not fair because it's still criminal. You're still allowing two things to take place, and they should neither one of them should be taking place. But yeah, so if they allow criminally the anti-black crime bill, that'll solve a lot of things that's going on in. No, that solves it. No, that solves an issue, or it deters or discourages. It don't really solve it because people gonna do what they want to do. So, but it's going to it's going to have an impact. I'll say that word. It's going to impact it. Right.
The two issues for purpose of delineation is the reparations and the anti-crime bill.
Hey, bro,
right?
Let me say it again. Delineation is about establishing your ethnic name officially and being recognized as a people that's unique and distinctive from everybody on earth. I gave the Kwame Nkrumah example. I gave the Burkina Faso. I gave the Haitian example. So those two things can never happen. And we still got to be recognized as a people on earth who did great things.
see what specify that and clarify that. Because you have to be identified as a separate, distinct group.
Right. Like everybody else. We're the only people, we're the only people who don't have that. Right. So we like, we found the trick bag and we're exposing it and we're delineating, saying basically we're saying me too. Everybody got a lineage, everybody got an ethnicity, me too. Yeah. See, but the average folk don't know that, and that's why we're having these long, drawn out discussions. But I had talked to, I think he's in the chat now, Dr. Love. I think he's from Tanzania, and at first he was against delineation, and he thought some things, but he asked the same questions just 2 days ago, and I explained the same way, and he was like, okay, he actually said he agreed with it. He's like, he don't see a big issue with it. I was like, exactly. When people explain it correctly without the yelling and cussing and calling names, it's plain English to me.
Makes a lot of sense. Someone would like disagree or
Because the other people who are delineating don't know what it means and they can't articulate like that. That's why.
That's true.
But you ask questions and more questions, they get frustrated and start calling you names instead of just choosing better words to explain it.
Mature conversation, intellectual conversation.
I think they're agents.
Yeah, that too as well. Absolutely. It's a mixture sometimes. Some people are just
it is. And it's sometimes an agent behave like an ignorant person. Sometimes an ignorant person behave like an agent. It's really hard to distinguish them.
So a few questions. Like just like you refuse to see any type of point that you're making, then I would say that's definitely an agent. You know. But
or they're pushing their agenda regardless of what agent, like Marquette Devon Burton. Yeah, that's an agent.
Marquette.
Yeah.
You know, sure, like they'll say they support this, but then, like you said, they push their issue at the same time.
That's him. That's him.
You and confuse everyone else. Secretly, like you said, pushing their agenda.
Yep.
They might say, "Oh, I support delineation," but this, you know.
Exactly. But they're pushing their own agenda, which I already exposed. I'm gonna do it again today. But just to go further, so some Black Americans, right, like Dr. King, those guys, they were open to linking up with the diaspora in Africa, trying to figure out how can we help each other. You know, how can they come here and help what we got going on, and therefore they benefit somehow. All right, and that was some of the main reasons that how we seen it. We felt like skin folk was kinfolk. Okay, but here's the thing: the reality is that not enough of them was on code like that. A lot of them came over here and they just like kicked their feet up and said, "Well, you know, I'm home, honey, I'm home," and said, "The hell with what Dr. King had in mind, the hell with everybody else had in mind. I'ma just do me." Because they are invited here, or they're fleeing a bad situation, and they don't want to jeopardize that by being classified as radical or something like that. So they kind of just, just focus on themselves. They kind of like just think about themselves.
They don't necessarily have to be radical.
No. They would be classified as radicals. I'm saying if they joined us, that's what that could be a possible reality for them. If they join into a Black movement that's being highly surveillanced by the FBI and a bunch of immigrants are linked to it, you don't think that they'll be grouped up as the terrorists and radicals as well?
I'm here to live their lives.
Oh yeah, but that's what they've been doing though. Okay, but that was a different. This is what I'm saying to you. I'm saying that, like, for example, if two Italian families link up in the mall, right? They link up, and they thought business will expand. They linked up, and now they became one family, but the other family ain't trying to expand. They just doing their own business still. The other family gonna feel like, well, so what the hell we link up for? And they're probably gonna cut ties. So yes, so that's actually what happened. A lot of immigrants came over here, and they said, "The hell with that blackity black talk. I'ma just do me." Right. So when we trying to rally them up and gather them up for social issues and civil rights issues and things like that, civil rights violations, they said, "Nah, I ain't black. That's your thing. You go do it." And that's kind of what happened from the, you could say, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and so on and so forth. That was the general attitude.
They consider themselves black. I'm hypothetical situation. If they consider themselves black, but they ain't necessarily join the movement, right? They just live their lives, you know, did things with their family, and just was like under the radar. What do you think about that?
Yeah, but why would they consider themselves black? Why not just consider yourself who you are? So if you come over as a Haitian, you're a Haitian American. If you come over, you're a Haitian American. If you come over as a Nigerian and Jamaican, American, why would you say you're black? See, once you say you're black, you're locking into the black agenda. So why are they claiming why are they claiming an ethno-political word? No, but it is a race, but okay, so let me back you up. It didn't become a race until 1977. It became an ethno-political word in 1930s. Okay, so the OMB, Directive number 15, took our ethno-political word and made it a race 40 something years, almost 50 years later. So, but it was 40, 50 years in as an ethno-political word. So it represents a political ideology of an ethnicity. So that's why we have the Black Power, the Civil Rights Movement, and a whole bunch of other things tied to it. The Black Dollar, Black economic, everything's tied to that word black. So when somebody say they're black, we expect, you're taking that, like, for example, let me do something ratchet. If I say I'm a blood, other blood's going to expect you to do blood things. Or are they going to be offended? Well, then why are you saying all the things you can say? Why you saying that? Just say you're Haitian. Because if you say you're a Haitian American, we ain't gonna hold you to blackness, like black political stuff. You like, nah, go do your immigrant thing, or do whatever you want to do, your whole family thing. Go do you. 1977, the OMB, that stands for the Office Management and Budget. It's called Directive number 15. That's it. That's when that's my federal government took our ethnic name and made it a racial name. Yeah, y'all can Google it. Yeah.
I think these immigrants came in the 80s, and they didn't know it was an ethnicity, I think.
So okay, for one, when they came over, so black ain't really get popping for them until the 2000s. So it wasn't like they were, don't forget, black was a new term, a new racial classification. So when people came over here, they didn't come over as black people. They came over here as exactly where their country is from. So they came over here as Africans, Nigerians, Jamaicans. When I met Jamaicans, I'm in New Jersey. When I had Jamaican friends, I don't recall none of them saying they were black. They all said they were Jamaican, right? So like there was no confusion. It was the blacks and the Jamaicans. Like we were really cool, had great times, but we were not confused on who was who. Yeah, so the immigrants coming over here, they didn't believe, or they weren't confused to believe they were black all of a sudden. They knew they were Jamaican coming to America, living amongst black people.
So what do you think about immigrants who don't really think about race or ethnicity?
Yeah, go live your best life.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah. But don't get into politics trying to represent us, because then that's going to be a problem. And that's what normally happens with some of them. They get into politics, and not only try to represent us, if you're doing good, go do good. And we like, okay, do your thing. But when you start saying no to things we're fighting for or playing them down, yeah, that becomes a huge issue. Or if you're a big swole guy over the social media and you're eating biscuits and with buck in your eyes, calling yourself gorilla something, a Nigerian guy, you're kind of like bringing back Jim Crow in the worst way. So things like that are not appreciated. When we see that, we automatically know there's no way that guy is Native Black American because that is taboo in our society. We call that cooning, sambo, and you start bucking your eyes and like catering to white people entertainment. Like we know, like, you could be really targeted. So when that guy was doing that on social media, we knew he was not one of us, and we looked him up. Lo and behold, he's Nigerian, something like that. And he called himself Gorilla, which is another taboo name. It's like you're purposely cosplaying because he's not wearing Nigerian flags doing that. He's wearing like some standard clothes that look like he could be us, but you're buck dancing and tap dancing around social media, making us look bad at white people at their comedy or entertainment. Things like that causes huge problems between us. No, but we don't need to. That's why we got political leaders. Like the bulk of us was never politically aware, right? That's why we had political leaders to do it for. That's why people have leaders, period. Like you have financial leaders, you have war leaders. Not everybody go TikTok shop, I love you. Not everybody go to WAR and people don't know how to fight at all. But they have people who do. So you don't have to be something as long as you got representatives who are good at it and they really represent you. That's all that matters. And you trust them. That's all that matters. No, nobody on this earth majority is one thing. Okay, everybody is good at what they're good at, and they get support of the majority. Now it can't because listen, we always say if you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Like that's a Native Black American proverb, right? So just keep your mouth shut and you're seen as wise. So the fact that you're quiet, you're acquiescing to the political leaders, as long as you don't speak out against it, it's assumed you're with it. Some of who? So some of who? Okay, hey, bro. There's no Black American that if there's a Black, I don't believe it at all. And if there's such Black American, I guarantee you their religion is Pan-African. Like so, these are or they are more like wearing a fez. But an average everyday walking around Black American, if you actually explain to them what ADOS is for and who is for, there's no way on their earth they're gonna reject a bag. Oh no, I ain't with getting the bag. Was owed to my ancestors. That's not in the Black. Yeah, and but you're moving the goalposts. The fact that somebody's arguing on behalf of you for a bag, we will stay quiet and say, all right, well, let me know when it's there. Like that would be our attitude. Our attitude won't be like, no, don't represent what's owed to us. Again, the average Native Black American already have a certain feeling against white people because what they did to us was slavery and Jim Crow and redlining and massacre. So we all of us have a natural, odd, uncomfortable feeling dealing with them. So when somebody represents us and are extracting something from them to give to us, we're gonna be on board with that. We ain't gonna be like, nah. That's why when things happen to white people, we kind of don't even care. And it could be sad and tragic. Our collective sense is, oh well. So that's what I'm trying to say. I don't believe that because I know how we feel collectively about white people. If we can get a bag out of it, we're gonna be okay with it. And we might not hop on it, but we're gonna support it by being quiet. Like, all right, well, holler at me when that gets done. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. So let me explain that. So this is why Elijah Muhammad, you know who Elijah Muhammad is? Okay, right. He didn't allow white people in the mosque. And the main reason was he said black folks would be uncomfortable talking about racism to satisfy them. So a lot of times when you or somebody who's not Native Black American, but you're speaking out things that could make that person feel uncomfortable for you, they would go that route. So the fact that you're saying it, like for example, if a white person bring up racism to an average Black American, they're not going to want to talk about it, or they're going to downplay it because they want to make the whitey person feel comfortable, right? They don't want them the guilt trip, and that's the reason why race relations. Matter of fact, I forgot what it's called, but Charlie Kirk used to get mad at the black spaces in college that was carved out for black people only to like study and plan. And the Charlie Kirk Road was mad. It's like, yo, how can I thought you're supposed to be I thought that was, reverse racism. Why are people of melanin able to do something amongst themselves without white people being involved? And the logic was it's legal because white people always want to be around what black people got going on, including immigrants trying to be nosy and find a way to sabotage or benefit from it. So like they didn't see white people joining as a sincere thing. They seen it as insincere and looking to find fault or take advantage of. So my whole thing is when you're outside of our lineage, sometimes we will feel uncomfortable talking about something that we think might hurt you.
When I was speaking to her about these things, she didn't know I wasn't born in this country. She had no idea.
Bro, she told you that. Okay. You have an accent, my guy. Okay. Okay. And bro,
South America, Guyana, right? It's like a Caribbean culture.
yeah, I know. I got some friends in Guyanese, but listen what I'm saying to you. I'm saying that now, had you said you're from a southern state or Midwest, maybe you could have had me like you could have pulled something off where I wouldn't even looked into it. But the fact you say you live in New York, and I know a New York accent, and the fact you say come in New Jersey, the fact that you say you live in New York, that is not a New York accent. And you do have an accent, it ain't New York. So that alone would have red flags to anybody who's Native Black American. Okay. Well, read the chat. Read the chat. Not this chat, the YouTube chat. Yeah, everybody's saying they knew you were not Native Black American. Okay, so the YouTube chat, my YouTube is BLAX. I spell blacks with an X, not a CKS. See, that's delineation. That's avoiding confusion. So blacks with an X, blacks, news and facts, and the chat disagree.
There's a lot of black people they're mostly like apolitical, and they don't. I'm not saying that they would support like delineation, but it's like in a sense they don't necessarily are fully into the delineation or ADOS, but it's not like they're against it.
What percentage of 50 million blacks do you think are aware of an ADOS FBA? No. Hey, bro, I'm just right now. You're talking representing my right. Thank you. Go ahead. No. No, you got to answer my question first. What percentage of Black Americans do you think are aware of an ADOS or Foundation Black American? Out of 50 million, what percentage you think is aware of that? Okay, you didn't lost your mind, and this is why we know you're not Black American. Hey, my guy, I'm one of five. I got five siblings. I'm the only one who my mom. I'm the only one who's aware of this stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. Like when you guys represent us, see what you're doing. You don't know you're doing. You're undermining us because you're representing us. bro, the average Black American have no idea about an FB or ADOS. Yeah, but to say 50% is like ridiculous. Like if it was 50%, bro, you would have way more Black Americans in these spaces than you see now. Like Tariq will have like 15 million live viewers. He won't have just 1,500. Yeah, 15 million. Right. No, but what I'm saying is, bro, the reason why it appears the way you think it appears is because most of us are unaware of it. And that's why my advice to the lineage, I'm saying stop supporting channels who don't signal boost reparations and delineation, but they'd rather be on YouTube cussing people out. I'm saying these are sabotagers. They're undermining lineage, no different than anybody else. They're doing the same thing. They're no different in Shade Room, World Star Hip Hop. They're promoting drama, and they went away from the message, which is delineation, reparation. And that's why we don't know anything about uh, the delineation and reparations, because we're not talking about it. We're talking about goofy stuff with people all day long. But if we were focused signal boosting like I do, delineation, reparations, almost all my lives are delineation. If we were like focused on that more so, then more Black Americans will be talking about it. Now, WAC 100, you know what WAC 100 is? Okay, so WAC 100 recently was on Sinai TV, and he told Brother Jabari, who's a Pan-African, and he's from Guyana, he told him, I'm not I'm not African. I am American. So now he knows a little bit about what we got going on, but he's not with us as far as that. But he still don't feel like he's African. He feel like he's Black American. I'm saying that is the sentiment of almost all of us, even the ones who don't know about it. Now look at Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather knows nothing about ADOS and FBA, but now, yeah, Cameron said the same thing. You're right, and he doubled down. But look at Floyd Mayweather. Like Cameron kind of more tapped in the streets than Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather don't know nothing, and he said Floyd Mayweather. He said this before delineation, by the way. So, and then Raymond Simone, like you got people saying this that knows nothing about Adolf, Tariq Nasheed, Yvette Carnell, bro. This is a unanimous feeling, bro. I can take you all the way back to Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington. Ain't none of these guys said they were African. They all rejected that term. They went out their way. They had a meeting in Philadelphia to reject the notion of being African. I'm talking about 1919, something like that. So like we always collectively said we're not African and we are American. So that's why it don't take much to put that on an FBA person who's unaware. It's easy. We just gotta get their attention.
Okay.
Yes, they do. My aunt's 70 years old. I asked my aunt, I said, Aunt, are you familiar with a Foundation Black American is? This is 2 years ago. She said, No, baby. I said, okay, let me explain. I said, these are Black Americans who can tie their lineage all the way to slavery. Yo, my aunt just simply said, hey, well, I guess we're Foundation Black American. And she chuckled and she just went about her way. That's how easy it is once you get their attention. But it's getting their attention is the hard part.
So it's like when they were wearing like shikis and the beads and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Those weren't Americans that were going
Well, we could never know because so many people who were immigrants didn't disclose their immigrant status. Like a lot of them we thought were Black Americans. So they could have been Black Americans, or they could have been somebody from a different country. We'll never know because, like, for example, Busta Rhymes, part of Leaders in the News Crew. I thought that dude was FBA all the way until recently. When he started talking some Jamaican stuff. I'm like, oh damn, Busta Rhymes ain't. And then it was another. Cannabis. Can I bust? Yes, you can. Another one. I thought Cannabis was FB until recently. He's Jamaican. Yeah, so we really don't know, to be honest. Yeah, but I didn't know that. So a lot of these guys rocking these medallions, they could have been one of us. They could have been from Jamaica.
supporting the whole.
Yeah, yeah. See, W. Du Bois was a Pan-African. He's foundational. Martin Robinson Delaney, way back in the 1800s, was supporting some type of African stuff.
So you're saying point saying, even though they might not understand the terminology, they still support the ideology of it, right?
Yeah.
But I think that even though you support the ideology, you could also, they might have also support Pan-African simultaneously.
Why would they support Pan-African simultaneously? What is it about Pan-Africanism that you think they should support? Because the average Black American are not taught about. Listen, I went to American schools my entire life. Okay, so we're not taught about nothing about Africa, right? They when they say Africa, they talk. Right. Mhm.
I never left this country, right?
Right.
So, like, I have pretty much a similar experience, except my family was, of course, Guyanese, so I had
Right.
that experience as well. But what I'm saying is, the reason why they might also identify as Black American and the whole ideology with that, and also support Pan-Africanism at that time in the 80s or whatever, because they wanted to have this so-called unity.
No, they didn't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I was trying to say Europeans in this white people in this country, they're taught about Rome, they're taught about Greece, all different places, in Europe. And this is why they have a love for European history. Okay. Black Americans in this country are taught Black American history. We're not taught African history. So we don't have this, so we don't have this love for Africa as people think we have. We don't. We're not taught it at all. We're taught Black American history and white American history.
Taught anything about.
Right. So if you're not taught about it, why would you have a deep interest in it? Like that's just like if you taught about stocks, you're gonna have an interest in it. Whatever you're taught about, you're gonna have some type of interest in it. We're not taught about Africa, so how do we magically just have a interest in it? Nah, that's not the case. That's why most of us we just don't go to Africa and we just live right here in America and just do Black American stuff.
So I think some Black Americans are not more vocal about it.
As far as what? Ideology as far as what? Okay. Look, because I just said it before, the average Black American, the average Native Black American don't even know what's going on with the word blacks. So when Black Americans hear the word black, we automatically assume it's talking about us and us only. We're not thinking Jamaicans are included in that black. We're not thinking Nigerians or Haitians. We think when we hear black on black crime, the black economic, or this person got admitted to Harvard, this black guy, the first black this, we automatically believe that guy got slave ties. So when they start to find out, like Whack 100, that or Cameron, that these ain't talking about you. These are talking about people who came here later. That's when folks start saying, what? And they ask more questions and they end up finding me and Tariq somebody and they learn a lot more and they have a difference in opinion on that. Yeah, this mosquito's tearing me. I cannot get this mosquito nothing.
Okay. Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
I'm trying to get this mosquito. Tear me up. He's tearing me up.
So I think this movement has become so is more visible now, like in the past, so like in the 90s,
Yeah, well, obviously the internet. The internet travel, we don't gotta go nowhere. Like back in the day, we gotta travel and talk to people and talk to people. And think about slang. Before the internet, down south slang was down south. New York slang was New York. California's California, Midwest is Midwest. We didn't really use interchangeable slang. Your slang was yours, ours was ours. But the internet, we talk and hear each other so often, and we be on these talk shows. Now I get to hear the Missouri slang more often. Now this guy get to hear the Atlanta slang more often. Now this guy get to hear the New Jersey slang more often. So we start to use each other's slangs, and now slang has been basically universal now. or national. So for the first time, the slang is like pretty much the same, like almost everywhere you go in America amongst Native Black Americans, and that's because of the internet. So the internet is uniting us. It's showing it's uniting us faster than we ever could without the internet. So the internet is being used for a positive thing. And we're also learning about struggles we're going through. So there's a struggle. So when the New Yorkers were facing land theft, you would have never heard of that from you're in South Carolina or California. But the internet, it was able, because local news stay local, right? So New York news still stays New York. It's not in Texas. So, but the internet now South Carolinians can see the land theft of New Yorkers and so California. So now Californians and South Carolina can say, hey, that's happened over here too. So now we're able to see each other's struggles and connect them. Like, okay, that ain't just me in New York. That's a national thing. And when it becomes national, it's easier to prove that it's systemically racial.
But I feel like a major obstacle that Black Americans have, besides, the tethers and undermining all that stuff, is the Democratic Party.
Okay, what they got to do with stuff?
Because the Democratic Party, they're interested in electing Democrats, whether they're Black Americans or whatever, right? So a lot of times the Democrat would go against delineation, right? They would go against reparation, or they wouldn't even mention it at all. What that has to do with it is because they would say things that undermine Black Americans, and they would elect people that would do things against Black Americans, right? If you really look at all of the Democratic candidates, there's never been any of them that really support delineation or reparations, any of them, right? And as an American population, there could be several movements, but as a whole, we get our politics through, the media, So that's why I said the Democratic Party is a major obstacle. That's my opinion.
Okay. So you're talking to a lineage of people who have overcome an obstacle called forced plantation slavery. Okay. Now that obstacle seemed like it could never be overcome by people who were in chains and on plantations. They thought this was the fate of all of us forever. Then we're out of that. And then there was a system called Jim Crow, right? Those people who were being denied rights, being lynched any time a white person felt like it, those people during that time felt like this system will always be, right, gone. And now we're here. And so this obstacle of Democrats, you're saying to me, somebody's part of that lineage, like this is a light obstacle compared to Jim Crow and plantation slavery. Like this is so light to me and people who have ancestors that experience same things.
I don't think it's that light. I think it's very major because
you wouldn't think, right. You wouldn't, because you're not of a lineage. I get it. It makes sense to us. But to us who's overcome major obstacles that was way more stronger than that, heavier than that. I'm trying to give you a track record. If I fought Mike Tyson and knocked him out in 2 rounds, Sugar Ray Leonard's a great fighter too. But I'm going to think he's going to be easier than Mike Tyson. Okay, so that's how I'm looking at this. That's how we look at it. We look at the Democrats or liberals. We look at them as an obstacle, but they're not the big bad wolf. The big bad wolf already been knocked out, and his little brother. So this other obstacle, we don't see this as a big threat. But I see why you would, though.
Your point. you know, um,
Because the reason why I say I would see I would understand your reason for that. That's a bit of a projection because a lot of islanders, they don't stay and fight. There's some islands that the majority, like Jamaica, the majority of them are out of the country, and there's some other smaller islands out there where people are the majority of them are out of the country than in the country because of obstacles. Like they didn't even dare to even confront the obstacles. They just left and fled and
but
ran.
here's the thing. You have to kind of differentiate between someone who fled their home country and someone who came here when they was 5 years old, never went back, right? Because in my
What was the reason
perspective,
for coming? What what was the reason?
the whole anchor and all, I understand the whole
No,
anchor.
I care about the anchor. I'm saying, what was your dad and mom reason for coming to America and not staying in Guyana?
Yeah, but that's the point I'm trying to make. My dad and mom's perspective is different from mine.
Right. No, I was saying, what was their reason? Their person.
I agree with what you're saying. Their reason are
Right. They had an obstacle there, and they didn't confront it, and they came to America.
correct, but that's their perspective, right?
Right, and that's different from ours.
When I came in when I was 5 years old, I had no concept of.
Nah, but
like,
it's not about you. So that's one thing I don't do is that I don't personalize.
No, you did personalize. You said me as a person who
No, no.
came.
I said I understand. I said I understand why you would project that on my lineage, right? Because like at that point I got to because you personalized us. You said the liberals would be a big issue. And I'm saying they won't compared to what we already conquered and defeated. And you said no, they will. And I said okay, well since you're doubling down, tripling down, you're making it personal. Okay, I'm telling you that's not a big obstacle. You're saying it is. So now I got to throw a shot back and say, well, I understand why you would think that's a big obstacle for us. We don't think that's a big obstacle. But I understand why you would think it is because you guys come from people who don't address obstacles. You go around.
If you say you understand why my parents think that
No,
way.
no, but I'm hearing you. Hey, bro.
Say
Yes, because you are the one who's undermining us right now. You're telling us after I told you it's not a big obstacle. For example, if I'm talking to a Haitian and I'm telling a Haitian, hey, when you go back home, your biggest obstacle is going to be Jimmy Barbecue. And they say, no, you a lie. My biggest obstacle is going to be so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. I'm not then going to tell them, no, your biggest obstacle is Jimmy Barbecue. At that point, I'm being disrespectful and I'm undermining them because they told me they don't see them as a big obstacle.
Well, here's the thing. In this conversation, right, you've like expressed your thoughts, right? And then I kind of understand I did understand what you're saying, and I kind of agree with you. I did agree with you afterwards, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. When you're crossing over to the action, that's the tether word. You're telling us. Okay, got it. Yeah, listen though. You just told us 50 million people as though we're not great, as though we're not the greatest melanated people. We conquered the anything you want to name. We leave the melanin world on that. Accomplishing, finishing, WAR, we're number one. Wealth, success, patents, inventions, we're number one. All y'all together can't see us. So when you tell people with that type of background that something in your mind is an obstacle for us, and we're saying, nah, that's light, which I just did. And the average Black American, the average Black American does not see the Democratic Party as this big force field that's going to block us from being great. We just don't see it like that. All right. So but I don't need to because I don't need a Guyanese man to tell 50 greatest people on earth who accomplished the most in a little bit of time, telling in the face of
say that.
Okay,
Say that. You shouldn't let me.
No, but the fact you said, the fact that you came behind me and told me, no, I think that will be your biggest obstacle, and it ain't like. And I'm saying, bro, speak for yourself. Don't speak for my people. See, you're representing us. That's what tethers do. But go ahead.
What I'm saying is like, and just let me finish. During this conversation, right? Like when I said something, you corrected me, and I see the validity in your correction, and I agree with you, right? The same thing when you said that it wouldn't be an obstacle for African Americans, I also agree with you. So unlike what you call tethers, I'm able to be corrected, right? A lot of tethers, they don't want to be corrected. They say, they just want to stick to their point of view. I'm not like that. So when you said that it's not an obstacle for African Americans, I understood that. That's what I'm trying to express to you. I understand why you said that. And I agree with why you said that. Do you understand my point now? And during this conversation, you said many things that kind of made me think and made me realize, yeah, you're correct. Intelligent person is able to change their mind, right? That's the difference. And that's the difference between what they call tethers. They don't want to change their mind. Even when they're presented with the truth, they don't care. I am saying I am nothing like that. Many times in this conversation, you said stuff and I agree with you. I'm like, yes, I understand better.
Okay, so do you understand that Black Americans, especially activists, that we don't believe there's an obstacle we can't overcome?
Yes, I understand. Because look at slavery. They said that would probably not end, and it ended. Look at Jim Crow. That ended.
Right. That was my point. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I agree with you. I understand.
Okay. It came off as you were like saying no. Yeah. So the Democrat Party, my guy, we see them as vulnerable like any other party. Now you got the mayor of New York talking about he may be for reparations owed to Native Black Americans, right? And I also showed a form. Now, okay, I'm in New Jersey. It's a Democrat-run state, always ever have been. I went to a dentist's office and I filled out a form, and it had the Black race, and then it asked for ethnicity, and it had on there Native Black American descent. I took a picture of it. It's in my community post on YouTube. So it looks like these liberals, who you say they're going to be a hard obstacle, it looks like they're catering a little bit. Native Black American descent is on a form as an option, and I've never seen a form like that. And when I put it on my community post, I got hella views. You dig? Because that's the first time we actually seen it on form, other than talking about it.
I think the reason why they're catering is because they're losing elections.
Right. So therefore, they're not a huge obstacle. They have a weakness, and the fact that we're not linking up with them like that, a lot of us, not too many, but some of us are getting off the bandwagon, and also we're not helping them out protect other people, like let's say like the Latinos who are being deported. Normally they'll rally us up in large numbers. We'll get out there and say, no, let Pedro go. That's what we'll say. Now we like, oh, Pedro got to go. Like, all right, I holler. And I think that's what's making folks, some of them, rethink their strategy.
And some things and said, and I appreciate it, and that's all I have to say.
I mean, Larry, you definitely gave a good dialogue. You had some questions, and I was trying to discern, because sometimes when people have questions, they don't really want to answer. They just want the questions to be unanswered. So I was trying to discern whether you was one of those folks that was gonna let me answer, or just ask the question and just come up with another question and another question, and no question ever get answered. So I'm glad that you allowed me to answer some questions.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, appreciate the answers. Like, sometimes you go on these panels and it's not like an intelligent conversation. It's just arguing, insults. So you don't get any type of answers or, yeah.
Or yeah, like, and there's no message. Like the bottom line that, like,
At all.
yeah, there's no like, what was the message? So I'd say, so I compare that. I compare that to folks going to church. Some folks, that go to church, they'll come home and say, "Wow, the message is great," and then we'll say, "What you learned?" And they'll be like, ask my pastor." You dig? So it's like the message is so great, you didn't remember it, you didn't learn nothing. So in these FBA spaces, when you ask an FBA who just left a panel, or either on it or listen to it, and I've done this, I ask folks what you learned, what message they push, and they couldn't tell you. Like, damn, it's crazy. It got to this. Over here, I make sure there's takeaways. I will re-emphasize. I will say it over, explain a different way. I make sure that there are takeaways in all my lives.
That's a good thing. Saying there's going to be people.
Oh yeah, I have faced it. Yeah, I face some of them, and sometimes I let them just go, and sometimes I just kick them off.
So, you know, like most of these immigrants, they don't want they want to stick to what they believe in. And they understood.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, we really ain't trying to change their mind. Well, I'm not. I use them to convince others what's going on, because a lot of people don't believe it or understand it. So those immigrants right there, I like when they call in, because now that's evidence to the last lineage member. I was trying to say, nah, they really be honest. Like, for example, I got a Pan-African friend. I talk about delineation. Oh, hell no. Now, keep in mind, this was just this year. So I'm telling you, and he's New Jersey. So a lot of folks don't know. You dig? So when I finally brought it to him, no, no, divisive. Oh, all the talking points. Oh, well, no, we all won. And, I couldn't get a word in, so I left him alone. Well, guess what? He works with some folks from the island. And they've been having debates, right? Not that he started them, because he's a Pan-African. Like, he thinks he's Rasta. Okay, well, he's talking different now. He sounding more like us. And I don't say nothing. I let him just vent. I don't say one thing. I think I said one thing one time, but he a straight Pan African. But he's talking different now. Like, yo, some of these Africans, some of these Jamaicans, they come over here and they think they know our history, and they think they got to say so. I asked them, blah 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 blah, and he's complaining like that. He's complaining like, yo, like, they doing the most on our behalf. They don't know nothing about us, but they're giving strong opinions about us. And I let him just go, because I don't want to say I told you so. So I want him to keep experiencing what he's experiencing. And you know, but he's sounding more and more like me than I am like him.
I never understood the rift between FBA and ADOS. I mean, 'cause you have similar ideology, you know, delineation, reparations. But so I never understood that whole thing. I mean, it's just kind of weird to me, 'cause originally, I used to listen to almost exclusive Yvette Carnell, right? For like, I would say, a few years. And and Tone Talks. I still listen to both of them actually, but I also listen to FBA, you know. And I understand with Tariq Nasheed, there's a lot of name calling, a lot of insults and stuff like that. But I think the message is so similar, you know, that I can't really. I mean, there's some slight differences, you know. Tariq doesn't want to consider himself a group, and yeah. But to me, the main core message of like delineation and reparations, it's the same. You know what I'm saying?
The same how?
Because you're talking about delineation, reparation, and distinguishing yourself
So
as a
yesterday,
distinct group.
that was not the same because, like right now, the only person to mention reparations was you.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't mention it one time, but I did mention delineation. So you see how they could be. So it's proof that they could be separate. They could be sold separate.
Yeah, but the EDOS supports reparations.
Now you missed what I said.
So does FBA.
Nah, but you missed what I said though. Okay, don't forget.
You said you.
Right.
Okay. I get your point.
Okay, what's happening is we're both talking, but only one of us listening. I'm listening to you, and I'm responding to what you're saying. I'm talking, you're not listening. You just said reparations and delineations. You see them as the same. I just explained that fast how they're sold separately. I said you're the one who keeps saying reparations. I keep saying delineation, right? So when you say reparations, you're talking about money. You're talking about, things that happened and it was wrong and this is why they owe and blah, blah, blah. I ain't do that yet. You've been doing that. So you've been talking reparation and I've been talking delineation and we've been talking different things. So they are sold separately, right? So, right. So delineation, so you basically you can talk. Okay. So when you talk reparations, you have to talk delineation. But when you talk delineation, you don't got to talk reparations. That's the difference.
That's what I'm saying. Both groups, for lack of a better term, support both of those concepts.
Okay, so there's no such thing as the groups. The groups are the same. So when Yvette Carnell, when she says ADOS, she's talking to 50 million Black Americans, right? Native Black Americans. When Tariq Nasheed says Foundation Black American, he's talking to 50 million Native Black Americans. And when somebody else, when a Pan-African, when a Pan-African says African Americans, in certain contexts, he's speaking to the same audience. So the name may change, but the audience remain the same. So Yvette, Tariq, and maybe even Umar, they're speaking to the same audience when they speak to us. So it's the same group, it's the same ethnic group, just different ways to address us,
Yes.
different expressions to address us. Same group.
Yeah, but they support the same things.
Yeah, because they are one of the same. Adolf started first, reparations, and delineation. Tariq felt like there's some things missing, or he wanted to go a different direction. He thought a different direction was better, so he came up with a different term so he won't confuse people. Because they'd be like, "Hey, look, Adolf's a split." So it's smart to have a different way to express when you're going a different direction. FBA, so you have the Navy and the Air Force. They are both accomplish the same goal. They're trying to eliminate this country as a threat, but they go about it two different ways. And because they're going about different ways, they got to call themselves two different names. But they're the same. They represent the same people. They're defending the same country, the same countrymen.
No, but you can't say that about Pan-Africanism. Pan-African also speaking to the Africans.
Pan-African, no, you're lying. Pan-Africanism is a religion. All right. So now you don't know. See, I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna ask you because I study Pan-African. I know the origins of it. You don't. You don't know the origins of Pan-Africanism, do you?
No.
Right, I do. So what you just said, that's a more modern Marcus Garvey concept. That's not a 18. That's not a Paul Cuff concept. That's not a Richard Allen concept. You're talking about something modern, 1920, 1990, where they twisted it up and they made it something different. W. Du Bois didn't practice what you about to say. So the real Pan Africans of our lineage ain't practice what you about to say.
So what's the difference?
Well, they ain't one because it keeps evolving to something weird. Okay, so at one point it started off as Africa as being a viable option to seek residence in. Okay, it had nothing to do with Lincoln or Africans. It had a viable option to live as opposed to America. Okay, so that's is a relocation, and that's how that started. And then um, I would say different people started to promote Africa different ways, and they started to preach it like a religion. And some people bought into that concept, like, all right, okay, we'll go with that. But originally, uh, the Pan-African ideology was about relocation away from America, racism, and things like that was going on. But it wasn't about linking over Africans because they're so we need to be one. That was not what they were talking. And this is why movements like the Haitian, remember, Dessalini opened up Haiti to a lot of no, not I can say a lot, but I'm gonna say he opened up Haiti to us, right? As an option. Like, hey, you can leave America's oppressive, oppression and come to Haiti. There's a reason why only a tiny percent of us went to Haiti. And Liberia had opened up as a as an option for us. There's a reason why only a little bit of us went to Liberia. Like 1% or smaller went to took the Haitian hand, and guess what? 80% people took the Haitian hand, came right back. So Africa was an option because we thought the grass was greener, but we realized, oh shit, this ain't no better. It came right back. Yeah,
Hey, nice conversation. I have to go now.
yeah, definitely good, great build. Mm,
Thank you.
yeah, get in. It's a fast car with the wheels looking sideways. Yeah, man. So what do you what's your true feelings on the trending topic like Haiti TPS expiring?
I support that. I'm actually glad that's happening
Really? Wow, you took an unorthodox approach. Or why?
because you truly don't understand how I feel at all.
Okay, go ahead.
At all.
Be careful because Haitians be listening.
I don't care.
All right. You don't want that Haitian smoke.
Listen, I would say this to a Haitian's face. You do not know me at all. If a Haitian was standing next to me, I would say that to their face.
Okay, so
Here, and it was temporary. Yes, temporary.
okay. But they are arguing that they said the reason why they were allowed to come here to get to TPS status is because America's seen their homeland is too dangerous to live in. So they're saying the 15 years ended and it's expired, but their homeland is no different. So it's like if we were allowed in America because our homeland was too um, violent to live in, and it's just as violent as it is today as yesterday, why are we being sent back? Why not extend it until the violence is nipped in the bud to a certain degree?
See, the thing is, the first reason the TPS was given was because of the hurricane, right? The earthquake or hurricane, I forgot which one it was, right? That's the first reason it was given, right? So they cannot use that excuse because it's violent, because that's not the original reason for the TPS.
Okay.
And secondly, they cannot go to any other country and want TPS. Only America does that. And that's out of America's generosity.
Now wait a minute. America's never generous to melanated people. So it's always a play. People think it's generous. See, that's why like people don't know white people more than us. We know them for 400 plus years, and they never do things collectively from the heart. It's always
Why do you think they gave the Haitians TPS?
okay because I believe they see something going on in America, and they're trying to nip it in the bud and dilute it. They're trying to undermine it. Okay, they have an agenda. Like they understand that reparations are being paid out statewide, citywide, statewide, citywide. They understand people are catching W's. People are getting somebody we read earlier. We googled it. $327,000 for 26 people. Okay, that ain't some light money. And they got land, right? And then they got free, like then they got like a 15-year thing where they had the community got to employ them for certain things. Go. Certain things they got to be employed. Okay, so the money is permanent, the land is permanent, and they get employment for like 15 years at certain businesses, right? It's a must. So anyway, at one point this is unfathomable. Everybody said you'll never get reparations. Well, folks are getting reparations. Okay, so and it's getting crazy, right? It's starting to spread a little bit because when folks hear about it over here, they're like, oh, what's up with over here and over here and over here and over here. And now, like I said, the mayor, the governor of New York was like, yo, I'm open to reparations for Native Black Americans. So we know, why would a country want to pay $13 trillion? You dig? Is that the number? Yeah. Why would they want it? And that's that's a payment for now. That's not the one time only payment. So why would a country want to pay $13 trillion? You dig? It's like, nah, let's get away from this. And their history has always been excluding us from wealth and extracted it from us. So they exclude us from it, and the wealth we have, they take it from it. They just debo it. That's why Post got that lawsuit, that eminent domain lawsuit. Okay, but that's their history. So folks are catching W's statewide in certain localized cities, and Tulsa, Oklahoma caught a W. So they see something is starting to be prosperous, it's starting to be going around. So states are mad. You know, states got governors. They're like, hey, ho. Bring them over here. We'll take them. We'll house them. We gotta stop with this reparation thing. Let's put a hold to this. Because by the way, they do come and live in the Native Black American communities, and they do take from the resources that was specifically for us. So it ain't like they got a whole set of stuff for them and only them. No, they tap into what was for us that's already limited. So the resource is already limited for us. And then we got to share the limited resources with the 350,000 people just got here yesterday. Yeah, so it's a good undermining tactic. But it's called a zero sum. It's called a zero sum result, for lack of better words, meaning that people gain while other people lose. So it's not a win. Yep.
You claim that that's the reason why America brought them here. So why are they sending them back now?
Okay, well, look at the administration doing it. Okay, let me help you out a little bit about politics. Conservatives are always anti-humanitarian immigrants. Conservatives are highly hyper-selected immigrants. Okay, liberals are pro-humanitarian immigrants. I'll say it real simply: humanitarian immigrants, they really never vote conservative or Republican. They normally vote liberal. So if you are in office and you are conservatives, right, and you want Congress to be ran by conservatives in every state, right, you want to get rid of the people who can help swing gerrymandering, which is going on right now. So that's more of a political fight. Like, get them out of here. That's 350,000 more votes for the Democratic Party. Therefore, we'll never win that city, state, things like that.
Yeah, but you would think that reparation would be a more incentive.
Okay. No. So now you asked it. I said reparations as one answer and reason, and then you mentioned why they want them out. So now I'm telling you why they want them out. Then you bring back reparations. Why they want them out? They got nothing to do with reparations. It's more of a political stronghold. I just explained. I don't know. You know what gerrymandering is? Okay. So gerrymandering, people, when you win, you get to redistrict for the next 10 years. So that means you got a guaranteed win for the next 10 years. Okay. So this is a big thing. Gerrymandering is a big thing. Cities want to be in control of that. They want to rewrite and redraw district lines. So if I got a whole, but if this city or this state is normally ran by conservatives, and I got 350,000 Haitians coming to the city or the state, then most likely we're going to lose the next election, and then they're going to be in control for the next 10, 20, 30 years. Yeah, so they want them out for political strategies, reasons.
Basically, you're saying the Republican Conservative Party care more about their
Why would okay, bro, you know what conservative means? Conservatism? Conservative means to pull back money. Like, yeah, that's a no-brainer. Like when you're conservative, that means you're not happy, you don't give out money like that. Liberals, if you want food stamps or type of assistance, liberals are more likely to get that to you, right? Conservatives are not. Like you gotta really, really jump through hula hoops to get tangibles or housing or funds from a conservative administration. That's what the word conservative actually means. It's to not pay out. It's to save money and end programs that's absorbing money. Yeah. So if you're going for reparations, you'll be a fool to go to people who call themselves conservative.
Yeah, I mean, I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. We're smarter than to go to a bunch of conservatives for money. Like the average American won't do that. Republicans won't do that. They won't go to their own for money. Yeah, yeah. So the reparation thing, don't worry about that because we don't need a particular party to side with us. We don't even need a whole bunch of them because a lot of things were passed without a whole political party behind our back. Yeah, like yeah, bro. Listen, there's a reason why I barely talk about reparations. Like this is something inevitable. Like, and the people like ADOS and other people who are not ADOS, they out there pushing their heart and they're doing a great job because people are receiving payouts. So we just chilling. So now what I'm doing my part. I'm pushing delineation more because folks don't know that. And the more they push for it, it makes the reparations payout that much easier.
But here's another thing that I was surprised, right?
Yeah.
That I said, you don't know me, right?
Right.
Because me personally, I understand that I'm not entitled to representation. And I agree with that. I shouldn't get it, right?
Right. Well, not
So
yeah. I mean, like there's other things you might get, but like you might get a civil rights violation, something like that. But reparations that's starting from plantations, yeah, no.
And I shouldn't get it.
That's not even a fathomable thought.
Absolutely. But guess what? I support Black Americans getting reparations. I want them to get. They should get it.
Right. And guess what? We supported because CARICOM started before ADOS. So when we heard about CARICOM putting reparations, the Black American consensus was like, yeah, give them that bag. And we never said, hey man, we're all African. We need that money. We never said, hey yo, we're all Black. We need some of that money. Jamaicans, what's up? We didn't say that. We said, yo, go get your bag. You got to support. So we were very shocked when those same people learned about our reparations fight, and it was like, oh, ho, ho, where's my money? We're like, what? You dig? So that kind of shocked us big time. When they was like, hey, where's my money? Like, your money's in CARICOM, remember? And they was like, no. Oh yeah, they started before ADOS.
Yeah, they had a reparation claim in the Caribbean.
Yeah, CARICOM is a spinoff of the West Indies Federation, which started in 1957. That fell and flop, and it spawned CARICOM.
Because that would be what I would be entitled to.
Yeah, CARICOM. And you got a lot of people. I show videos of a lot of uh West Indian people pushing, fighting hard, representing CARICOM, fighting hard. But here's the problem: enough of y'all ain't y'all so much in our business, y'all ain't pushing your own stuff. Y'all probably had your money by now. Had y'all been more interested in y'all reparations than ours.
Because they probably feel like they're not gonna get it from the British or wherever.
Why? Why would you think that?
Because Europe is poor.
UK ain't. UK got a bag.
It seems like the most wealthiest and well, that's what
Yeah, but America ain't gonna pay nobody. I mean, see, the thing about rich people money, like insurance companies, they don't pay everybody. They pay the people who were in that car or the people who are part of that litigation who can prove. First of all, you gotta prove to get money from these big corporations. You gotta prove that you were injured and the injury was due to them, and it was their negligence, their fault. You gotta prove. Yeah, so people don't hand out money to anybody. No, they make everybody prove because the more people, the more they got to pay. So people rather pay 8 million than 80 million. Yeah,
I think America is actually. I think America is on a decline. Actually,
I'm sure you would think that.
I'm talking about worldwide. Trying to like
Yeah,
in reference to China.
yeah. Listen, man, that is an average. Now I get you, but I'm just letting you know that's an average non-FBA talking point. Like we hear it all the time. But when folks realize they can't get no money, they just hope America just fall.
That doesn't apply to me. I never thought I was entitled to that money.
Now I'm saying when people realize the money they can't get it, whether they thought they were or not, for some reason they just hope the whole country fall. They just be like, oh, America. They start projecting, and America it's gonna fall. That's why Jamaica, Babylon, Babylon, they got all their whole doctrine is Babylon, all the conspiracy theories is from the islands.
I've lived in America all my life. I don't see me going any other place. I do not want America to fall. Trust me, I don't.
It's not, but I understand why people who are not native will have even that in their mind.
Okay, I see your perspective.
Yeah, because people who live there are going to be the most so basically like you're a short seller. You like George Soros. You like being pessimistic for no reason, or there's a reason. Bet against the country, and it's like for what?
I live in the country. I'm a citizen of the country. I was a citizen for like more than 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was a citizen ever since I was in high school.
So how you feel about that decision with birthright citizenship from the Superior Court?
No birthright citizenship. Because I wasn't okay. I could have had birthright citizenship, but I was too old at that point when I applied. Right.
Okay.
But I don't think it should because most countries do not have. Canada does not have birthright citizenship. Like, so no, I don't agree with that birthright citizenship because a lot of them they come to this country just to have a child to anchor themselves to the country.
Yeah. And the thing is, the purpose for it that was in mind is being abused today, and that's what caused this administration to relook at it. Like, oh, this is being totally abused. This wasn't for that. If you come over here for temporary stay, that means it's a temporary stay. But now you're laying eggs to make it a permanent stay without our permission. We didn't agree to that. So folks are, oh, okay, they found a loophole. Okay, got it. Well, we about to take away that whole loophole, and that's what they try to do, and they're not done. Okay.
You notice everything that you said you support. Everything.
So the U.S.
There's not one thing that you said that you supported. I said I don't support. Not one thing.
Okay, the only thing is that I support an optimism America. You support a pessimistic America. That's where we split.
Okay, well, yeah, I can see that. But the reason I'm saying that is because I see China rising, right?
Okay.
And obviously, I don't support China, right? But America was the sole superpower for like the last, what, I don't know, 40 years or whatever. And they're still the sole superpower. But China is gaining ground.
China's going nowhere because China is a communist country, and most communist countries don't really go nowhere. Right?
But here's the thing, right? When you say they're a communist country, yes and no. Because there's a lot of capitalism in China, right?
As far as not the everyday person, not the everyday Chinese man, like they don't believe they benefit from capitalism like that.
But in the United States, a lot of people over here don't benefit from capitalism.
The hell we don't.
Huh?
The hell we don't. Somebody become a millionaire, they got jobs, we got a job. They start a business, we got a job. We benefit like hell from capitalism.
That is true. But let me tell you something. Most of the time, whatever class you're born in, it's very hard to go into a different class.
Yeah, but here's the thing. We have something that's called a lottery that makes at least a couple millionaires out of nowhere. Like, I don't know, maybe the UK got one, I'm not sure. I know goddamn well for sure China don't got one. Like we have betting, we have a whole bunch of things where you can skip the line if your number is called. And that's based on that's due to capitalism.
If you're saying, like, I'm not, I don't know if they have lottery in communist country or not. I don't know, so I can't like argue.
What you think? You think all the money gonna sit there? Like ours right now, we got like almost $2 billion. You think a communist country you're gonna let that money sit there and go to a private citizen rather than the government? Do you think they can't use that? Man, like, man, ain't no lottery here.
I don't think the lottery is antithetical to communism. I just don't see it, right? And the people that win the lottery is so minuscule that it's almost irrelevant.
No, because there's one person. There's like at least 10 every year, right? I know it's more than that.
I don't know the numbers, but it's so minuscule. They say that.
Have you seen? Have you seen the? I mean, it's real clear. Like the lottery is paid every year, and we see the number go up and go down. When they go down, that means somebody won. Then they go back up, and they go back down. So people are winning.
I think because even when you win the lottery, like they take like 60% of it.
No, you don't.
Yes, they do.
Bro, stop.
Yes, you can Google it.
Yeah, I already did. I already did. I already did. I ain't gonna waste not 1 second reaffirming what I already know. They don't. They take like 35 at the most 40%. I won't even waste my time trying to debunk you. I know for a fact it's between 35, and I'll tell you why. If I can remember, I know it's like double tax because you're taxed by the lottery and you're taxed by like the state, something like that, or the federal. So it's people taxing you. It's two entities taxing you, and they're getting their percentage, and it equals like 35, 40%. It ain't 60%. If so, right now, if the lottery's 800 million, if I won, I'm gonna get the majority of that. I'm gonna get like 450, something like that, 500, and the rest go to whoever is taxing me. I know the lottery get their share, and I think some government, either your state or the federal government, takes the other. So you get a little over half. You can Google it. You can Google it. Shit. Look at that. I think he's Googling it. Yeah, but anyway, all I'm saying is folks who say China is up, America's down, this is normally an anti-American thought. And you're anti-American, you're anti-lineage. You can't be more American than us. We're like the most patriotic America is in American history.
Um, so, okay, so you're saying if I say that, I never said that China is above America. America is still number one.
But you said I mean, like, what evidence? Like, okay, look, show me something. At least read it. Go to your AI. Like, so no more you, because you giving personal opinions. It sounds like you just hate. TikTok, I would love you, but go to some AI, and I want you to read off America's fallen, and I need some reasons why, and then go to why China is ascending as America descending. So at least give me some real data.
So, like you said, I would have to like research that. But since you know it already, you have the facts already. You can educate me, right?
Nah, I don't have the facts on China ascending and America descending. I don't have those facts.
Facts are the opposite. China is not ascending, right? You have those facts, right?
I didn't make the argument at all. That's your argument. I'm saying that you're a pessimist. I'm saying I'm an optimist. So I didn't have an argument either way. You the one that gave that opinion. I'll tell you one thing. If I do give an opinion like that, I usually can support it with something.
Okay.
I don't give opinions based on nothing. I don't do that.
But you disagree, so that's an opinion.
No, I said I said you are a pessimist. You have a pessimistic attitude, and I said I'm not surprised. Right? So, but the burden will still be on you. Right now, you could say the sun is orange, or you could say the sun is green where you're at. I'm gonna disagree. Wait. Let me just drop the land it, because we're talking to more than you, and there's people on YouTube that's watching. So
once again, you corrected me.
Right. But I want to give it to the. But I want to teach my folks how to have logical arguments. So logical debates. So if you say the sun is green where you're at, I can say no, it's not. The burden of proof is not on me. It's on you. You made the claim. So if you say America is descending, China is descending, I could disagree, but it's up to you. The burden of proof is on you. You're the claimant.
Okay, no, fair enough. Actually, you make a lot of sense with what you just said, right? All right. So basically, what I see in America for the last, like, I would probably say decade or so is the middle class almost being eliminated. Right? That's what I've seen for at least the past decade.
Yeah.
Right? Wages has not gone up, right?
Wages
went up, rent went up.
You said wages did go up.
Okay, well, not in proportion to rent and expenses. Like the minimum wage, probably in like 1970, it was probably like $2, right? And the federal minimum wage is probably still like, I don't know, $13 or something like that. That's not like a society that's like becoming more fair.
Yeah, your argument.
I'm not saying it's any.
Hey, bro, I got you. You got the conspiracy theories. Just for me, so somebody who's a great researcher, I like to get data. Like, that's me. Like, if you want to get my interest,
we can get. It's a simple data to get. I can Google what's the minimum wage in 19.
No. I don't want you to. I want you to Google your argument, and then have Google respond. Go to AI. So when it says go to Google, click the AI. Don't just do standard search. Click. Give your argument. You just gave me. Click Google AI. Response to that, and then that's better. Because I don't want you to shave down your argument.
In order to prove an argument, you gotta have to give like details of that argument.
Hey, bro, do whatever you do. Just put your whole entire argument in there. That's all. Do what you want to do. Okay, but
if I want to show you that America is becoming more unfair, right?
He's saying unfair. Come on, man. What are you talking about? We never believed America was fair to begin with. Now you changing the language up. That's not what you said earlier, my guy. You said descending, China's ascending, and then you said something about wages is stagnant. I said no, the wages went up. Then you said, well, our wage today versus minimum. Our wage today, including minimum wage, is worse than in part as far as living expenses today. So what was the comparison about today, wage and rent to 1970? What was the whole point of that comparison?
That's showing that the economy is getting worse.
I'm done. All right, man. Look, have a good day. Yeah, you just said what I just said, and you say you ain't say it. All right, man. You're getting sleepy. You gotta take your medicine, whatever you gotta do. We had a good conversation. Now it's being disingenuous. Hey, bro, you need to go play back what you just said. You just said I never said it was being worth. Okay. All right, but listen.
See, I understand you're playing basketball. I
Nah,
want you to.
it ain't just that. It ain't just that. You just said the ridiculous statement. Hey, right, I got it. But you just said the most ridiculous statement just now. You said you never said worse than I said, bro. There's something called implications and there's something called inference. You were implying something and I received it with my inference. I understood what you were saying without you saying it. And, yeah, go ahead. And then you said it. Then you actually said it. It's like, dude, look. I'm that bright, smart. I know what you're implying. I received it, and then I just said it in plain English. And then you said I didn't say that, and then you said it in plain English. I was like, okay.
Like sometimes I have to think a little while to see where, like, see where we're coming from.
Yeah, but how about don't think at all? How about see? I call that winging it. And what I wouldn't want to do, what I never would do, is wing something. I don't just come up with random thoughts and wing it, hope it connects, because you'll face someone like me who's going to be more logical and be like, that don't make any sense, and then it gets exposed right then and there. What I don't is wing it. I would rather just take my time and go quiet for 15 seconds and Google something. So now, if I disagree, it's like, well, it ain't me you disagree with. You disagree with Google or AI, and this is the reason why they're saying so and so. All right.
Yeah, but you didn't let me finish what I was saying.
Yeah, because it was nothing. Yeah, but it was illogical because you contradicted what you said you were not doing. You actually said you were eventually.
I was gonna say something totally different. Right? I was gonna say, when I think about what you're saying, I understand more what you're saying, because you're saying from a Black American perspective, you're always going to be optimistic about America.
And why are we optimistic? But why are we always optimistic about America?
It's your country.
No, that's not why. It's because we got hella wins in the face of adversity. We just talked about slavery, Jim Crow. So when things look doom and gloomy, okay, dark and gloomy, we get a W out of it. So when Tupac talked about the rose growing in the concrete, he was talking about us. Like, so we became a people who are resilient, and we usually make something out of nothing. So this stuff, look, okay, well, stop for a second. Are you familiar with the Great Depression?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
It was before the Second World War.
Mm-hmm.
Stock market crash.
Right, and then how was white people living on average? Okay, so who saved them? Like, how did they get bailed out of a terrible situation? You know what I'm saying? Who bailed us out? Who bailed out Native Black Americans?
Who bailed out? It was like, I'm not sure. I would like you to educate me. Yeah, please.
The federal government.
Okay.
Okay, gave low mortgages.
Yeah. FDR and all that.
That's part of it. But HOLC, FHA, and then the New Deal, and then all the welfare and all that. Yeah, that's called welfare. It's called welfare. Right. Right, all that, Social Security, all that came out of that. Food stamp. Okay. So they were bailed out. Okay. By the way, there were still millionaire Black cities that were in unaffected by that. So they were crying and eating out of soup kitchen, starving. You don't have that history amongst us. You don't have us starving during the Great Depression, eating each other. So no, what I'm saying is, so it ain't because it's our country, because it's our country then. But our country was pessimistic. The people who lived in the country at that time was pessimistic. They felt like we're gonna lose, and the government had to bail these lazy folks out. We just kept going and being great. So it ain't because it's our country, it's because of who we are and the things we make happen when things seem like it's impossible. So it's about us why we're so optimistic. It's not about the country.
So basically what you're saying that You're optimistic because you think that Black Americans, no matter what it seems, will save America.
Like for example, is America democracy?
Is America a democracy?
Right.
Uh, they claim to be, but there's a lot of like unfairness.
I didn't ask about that. I said, is it a democracy? Do people get to decide the future of government, like how the country go?
I think really no,
So America's not a democracy.
not in the true sense. Not in the true sense.
Is it a democracy? Yes or no? Well, it's not truly a capitalist country either. It got socialism all throughout it.
So I answer the question. No.
Okay. So now, do me a favor. So that you see how we argue and we talk. Now, when I Google it, what is it going to say?
It's gonna say yes, of course.
Okay. So why are you the liar and Google is the truth bearer?
Because you can Google a lot of things.
Yeah. And it's going to say that it's going to say the truth. See, the difference. What I'm highlighting is this. I said you shouldn't do. You're doing it. You just wing stuff and just hope it's true. America is a democracy. It practices democracy, my guy. We have a government that's ran by people. People are in government. They pass laws. They get Roe v. Wade. You dig? We get laws passed and and then things get nullified. Yes.
I want to get some iPhone.
Okay, you'll get it. And that's the people doing that. It's the people who sit there and say guilty or innocent. That's a democracy, my guy. It's the people who said. Here's the thing. No. Hey, bro, listen. No. You're saying reasons. The America is a democracy. That's the bottom line.
It's supposed to
No,
be.
but it is. I just gave situation. Just gave examples. Okay, so now I'm going to ask Google: is America a democracy or is it a supposed democracy? What it's going to say?
It's gonna say a democracy.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay. So we should believe you, not Google, right?
It's not okay. First of all, just because Google says it, that doesn't mean it's a fact.
Who said that? I said, as far as this country.
That's what you're just saying. You're saying if Google says it, it's the truth. That's what you just said.
All right, brother.
You just said if Google says it,
Brother.
it's a fact.
Take your medicine. A fact on America's being a democracy, you nimwit. Okay? We're talking about one thing in particular. And I said, if I Google this country, because he called America a capitalist country, and America's not truly a capitalist country either, but he believes there's enough capitalism to call it a capitalist country. So I'm saying there's enough democracy, and not just me, any AI search engine will say America practice enough democracy where it's a country of democracy, right? Period. America, yo, what y'all Google, is America a true capitalist country? Does it practice true capitalism? Just Google that. Everybody just Google it. Does America practice true capitalism? Just Google it. Don't believe me. So again, like, that's why I'm gonna go into in a second on how to critically think and how to logically think, right? What it really means. I'm gonna break it down to what it means to be a logical thinker. I was talking to him all day long. Like, dude, how you conclude things, you're illogical. And I proved it over and over and over. He said 50% of Black Americans do A, B, and C. Dude, where you get this number from? And this is coming from a guy who's not Black American. How can I say 50% Haitians do anything? Like pro. I could say anti, because we have that's just in anti's anti. Okay, we're gonna get it, Yugi. We're gonna get some ice cream. Yeah, so I brother, I let you go because I'm trying to keep the conversation like respectful and communicable, but you about to have me chimp out. So I'm like David Banner. My eyes turning green. Go away. I'm Michael Jackson Thriller. Go away. You're causing me to chimp out. Go away. I let you go because at that point you're just gaslighting. And then you're telling me I said Google, everything Google is facts. All right, bro. Okay. At that point, I got to save myself. Now my eyes are no longer yellow. My eyes are no longer green. I'm back David Banner. You dig? I'm back Michael Jackson. Right. All right. So let me finish the video. remember, we're talking about delineation, right? And what it truly means to delineate. Now, Tariq Nasheed went into that a little bit already. Let's see where he goes from here. But that is I'm saying there's people out here claiming they're FBA, Solon, put it down, Solon and Friedman, and they're on these spaces doing everything other than signal boosting, delineation. And so the things they claim they're representing, they're not doing that while they're live. They're talking about other stuff that got nothing to do with what we talking about. It's actually making us a bad look. It's actually supporting the bad rhetoric, the bad press we're getting. Like they're actually justifying the bad press. People like myself my actions and ways are condemning the unjustified bad press against what we do and our talking points. So that's all I'm saying. Do not give your ops ammo if you truly love the lineage. But a lot of them don't. They love themselves and they love clout. They'll do anything for clout. So they out here misrepresenting the lineage, making us all look like a bunch of fool, kung fu. TikTok shop, I love you, kung fu. I said kung fu. Okay, they got looking like that. And I think that, to me, that comes off as agent provocateur. I don't see that as a mistake. I see that as deliberate. So here I am, representing the lineage the way it needed to be represented. Okay, I got somebody. Oh no, damn it.
Descendants of any of these people
All right.
that they keep trying to bring up.
All right, so let me finish
And
this
the reason
video
being
and
is
I'll let you
because
say something.
these Haitians have
Well, I
gone
ain't gonna finish the
through
whole video, but let a little play.
multiple times
Yes,
where they
but I gotta
wiped
shoot my
out
free throws. I ain't gonna be able
bloodlines.
to talk and listen.
Like right after 1804, they started crashing out on each other, like you already know. And when they was trying to wipe out all of the dude that they killed, all of his they unalive, my bad. We love TikTok shop. They were, wiping out all of his supporters also. Like you said, they wanted to get back under White Daddy. So they were wiping out other bloodlines. And then when the Germans, and next time you speak to a Haitian, like definitely let them know, right before World War I, 1915, when America had to get involved, that's because they were allowing Germans in their homeland, and they gave the Germans almost like, I think it said 90% of all their economic wealth. And the Germans sit back, took the money, and allowed more Haitians actually to wipe out more bloodlines of other Haitians. These people have been running rapid for a long time, and then the most recent time where they started wiping out more Haitian bloodlines is when they allowed that witch doctor to be their president in the 40s, in the 1940s, 50s, I believe, that Papa Doc dude, and he was also a maniac who wiped out more Haitian bloodlines. So when we're talking to these Haitians and they keep bringing up the Haitian Revolution, none of you people are even descendants of the Haitian Revolution. See, I'm an actual descendant of the Civil War. I'm an actual descendant of World War I, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War. We're actually descendants of these battles. And they're not. So these people they don't have a history. And that's just what I kind of wanted to put on the table. I land.
Great information, brother. Absolutely phenomenal information. Phenomenal information. Yeah, see, we're descendants of all of the greatness that happened here. We're direct descendants of it because we never fled. We never fled, and we didn't really get mixed in with too much shit. And really, immigration started really happening in large numbers after the 1960s. You see? So we're still descendants from a lot of the greatness that happened here. And then, you know what's interesting, when we talk about the greatness of America, because we are the culture of America. American culture is foundational Black American culture. Now, the Tethers love to big up, the white man did this, the white man. Dude, we listen. You niggas were just picking cotton for the white man. Family, don't let them fool you with that nonsense. We were very valuable. We were the price of a car, not just because of just picking some damn cotton. We were the constructors, the builders, the architects, the whole shebang. Do y'all understand that? That's really downplayed a lot, and I keep bringing that up, and I really want y'all to understand that this whole shit where we were just picking some fucking cotton, that wasn't it. So, man, we were designing cities, designing homes, buildings. We were the carpenters, the architects, for real, for real. I want y'all to look up some names. Y'all always hear me talk about people like Horace King, who was an enslaved foundational Black American, who was one of the major architects in the South. Horace King. There's many, many others going all the way back to the early 1700s. Look up John Quash Williams from South Carolina. That was a Black architect. There's a mansion down there, the Pinckney Mansion down there that was built in 1750. He was the one who built that. I mean, he designed it and built it, not just physically built, designed it and built it. The McKissick family, there's a family. The oldest Black architectural firm in the United States is the McKissick family. The main guy, Moses McKissick, he was around in the 1700s, a major architect, passed that architectural knowledge down to his family. They still have a firm today. Look up the McKissick family. They I think they operate out of North Carolina and Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken. So we were passing down architectural knowledge to our family members. We had a brother, Henry Taylor, out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, an architect who was building up a lot of those homes out there, those big, massive houses, the Bellamy Mansion out there. He was one of the architectures of that. We were phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. We had brothers. There was another cat out of Louisville, Kentucky. I think it was Louisville. He was enslaved. A brother named Isaac Johnson, who was up here building houses all up in New York, building stone churches and all this stuff. The architect, not just the physical labor, the architect, ladies and gentlemen. A brother out of North Carolina, Drew Hallerman, another foundational Black American, building up a whole bunch of shit. Where are my Florida people? There's a house down in Florida, the Lawrence Brown House. There's a foundational Black American who was enslaved. He was a self-taught master carpenter and architect. He designed all types of homes, and there's a house down there that's still on display that he built down there in Florida. It's a 9-bedroom Victorian-style house that's on display. Look up the L.B. Brown House in Florida. It's still up. It's a tourist attraction now. Foundational Black American who was enslaved built and designed that. And he designed many more houses down there, ladies and gentlemen. You understand what I'm saying? You're in Central Florida? Yeah, look up the L.B. Brown House. Where I'm from in California, Allensworth. I talked about that before, and I've showed pictures of Allensworth. That's a place where foundational Black Americans got out of slavery, went up to California, bought land, and built these beautiful homes, little hotels and all that. The YT people sabotaged them, but some of the buildings are still up there. Immaculate buildings. Still up there. We were master builders, ladies and gentlemen. You understand? Y'all can go visit it. If you're in California, it's right up there by Bakersville. Yeah? Used to be in Allensworth. Yeah. Dude, we were builders. We were architects. Don't let nobody fool you. We weren't just doing what the white tea man said. We knew how to get out here and get it. On places like Tuskegee. Family, we built that literally out the mud. It was Black architects. I think the brother who was the architect of Tuskegee is foundational Black American named Robert Taylor, if I'm not mistaken. But it was Black architects designing Tuskegee, not only designing it on paper. The students, they were digging up clay, baking the damn bricks, making the bricks and building it literally from the ground up. And then the sisters were sewing the clothes, making the uniforms. I mean, literally getting it out the damn mud. You understand? Yeah, the students were builders. Yeah, we get it in. We've always been able to get it in, and that's why they've had to keep us in check, because they know you leave us alone, we start building shit. That's what that was the problem with Tulsa, Oklahoma. They let black folks get out there to Oklahoma and just kind of ignored black people. Let them do their thing, and then turned around like, wait a minute, what are all these damn mansions? Why all these niggas got cars? Hey, wait a damn minute. Then they looked around and saw all those black towns in Oklahoma. Oklahoma to this day has the most black founded towns in America are in Oklahoma to this day. I was just out there. Yeah? Oh no, we got to stop this shit. So yeah, don't let nobody fool you. They know how we get down and what we're capable of. See, we can replicate success. We can, because we've done it over and over again. See, we ain't gonna sit up and talk about what we've done and not be able to replicate. We can do the shit again. We do it all the time. See, these people sit up here and come over here and immigrate here from failed economies and then tell us all the shit that they've done and can't replicate it. Yeah? That's why people got to get up here under us all the damn time. Man. We'll get one more call in here. Who is Trinity? Okay, who's somebody named Trinity is in here? Trinity, is somebody named Trinity trolling in here? Trinity, what are you saying, Trinity? Where's Trinity? Trinity saying something. Let me read the comments, because people, okay. Hastily, Trinity, well, yeah, Trinity. Trinity. All right, Trinity, hop on in, Trinity. Both together, we are brothers and sisters. Trinity, hop on in, Trinity. If you Trinity, hop on, let's see what you got to say. Because people are really getting on your bumper. And Trinity, is that you in the profile picture? Because you look relatively old. With respect, we respect our elders. All right, Trinity, hop on in. Or is these your grandparents in the photo? I don't know what this is. I don't know. Trinity, hop on in. If you got something to say, Trinity, hop on in.
Call me, man.
Okay, y'all look like an elderly Peaches and Herb in the profile pictures. Two elderly people. I don't know who they are. All right. But hop on, Trinity. I don't want you just saying stuff in the chat room. All right. Trinity. Okay, Trinity, you just kind of spamming in the chat room. You can't do that. Now, if you're old and you're just doing shit, it's morning time where you are. You need to go ahead and feed them grandkids. All right, you need to make some Pop-Tarts for your grandkids. You just can't be in the chat room saying stuff. All right? You just can't be doing that. Make you a bowl of cream of wheat for them kids. All right? All right. Let me see. Because, yeah, you just saying stuff. Let's get one more good call in here. She's just saying stuff. Is somebody in here trolling? We don't want that. All right, let's get one more person in here. Y'all raise the hands. Y'all raise those hands. Sev God, I tried to get you on earlier, sir. I don't know what happened.
Tariq, brother, what's going on?
What's up, Sev God? How are you?
Man, listen, man, I'm doing great, man. Blessings, peace to everybody. I just wanted to come up here and ask you, man, because I be doing lives and stuff on FBA. They always like to say that the FBA is trademark. Can you speak to that for me, brother? Because I want to know what that means and for FBAs.
No, they said the FBA what now?
They said the FBA title is trademarked and it's a business, right? They're trying to make it seem like it's some kind of ski-zam. You understand what I'm saying?
No, that's a bad faith argument. That's a bad faith
Okay.
argument.
That's the same thing I said, but
Is
they
that
like to bring that up.
that's not really an argument. It's a time wasting shit post. They're really just wasting your time. It's not a real argument. You understand?
Yeah.
A lineage can't be trademarked, but products with the name of a lineage can. So, Foundational Black American books and T-shirts, that's trademarked. The
Okay.
lineage isn't trademarked. It's not they're just saying shit, brother. Y'all got to understand when people are just talking in bad faith. It's not a serious discussion. They're just throwing crap at the wall to see what sticks because they have no argument. You know what I'm saying? So they know that African American, there's literally thousands of trademarks of African American. So that just debunks their whole argument. They have no argument. You understand? People are just wasting your damn time when they talk like that. They have no argument. Foundational Black American is a lineage. All right? It's a lineage. They can't do anything about that. When we talk about Foundational Black Americans, we're talking about 50 million people who has a lineage that traces back to people who were here at the beginning of the country. Yeah? Yeah, trade. And you damn right we got a trademark on it because we weren't going to let Tethers trademark it and then try to put out some bullshit. Yeah, that's what they're mad at. They're mad because they didn't get to trademark it. They thought they were going to be slick, just like people did with Juneteenth. They trademarked Juneteenth and they mix it up with transgender stuff. They mix Juneteenth up with everything because the patent, not the patent, but the trademark is owned by white people. So that's not really an argument. Yeah, the Tethers were going to try to trademark it. And they're mad because they didn't get to do it. All right? Understand bad faith arguments. See, look, Tethers, let me explain something to Tethers. And y'all got to really understand how when you're dealing with Tethers, this delineation has whooped them in the ass. And they are desperate to try to remix the definition of our lineage. But family, the genie is out of the bottle. Millions of people have already spoken. It's too late to try to remix the definition of Foundational Black American now. This ain't a new concept and no shit that's trying to be worked out. It's already globally recognized. All right? It's a globally recognized lineage. Millions of people have already accepted it, internalized it, and claimed the Foundational Black American delineation. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. The cultural consensus has been reached. The foundational roots are set in stone. And whenever you see these people trying to reduce Foundational Black Americans into a membership organization with a leader and all that, understand what they're doing. They're trying to create a straw man, and it's a bad faith argument that they're trying to use to delegitimize the lineage. They're trying to shrink a massive historic bloodline into some localized club so they can attack a localized club. Lineages don't have presidents, board of directors, membership dues, none of that stuff. And these people, y'all got to understand, the people who try to do this, these are nobody. These are Tethers. They have no cultural clout. They can't force a redefinition. They don't have the cultural clout or the track record or the charisma to move the needle. They can't redefine a grassroots movement of this magnitude because they couldn't do shit in their homeland. They weren't moving the needle there. They're not going to move it here. They can't. Their thing is just to be as annoying as possible, just to nag us incessantly. Yeah? Because they know they don't have the cultural clout to dictate anything or influence the culture. That's why their pushback goes nowhere, and it actually helps us because this shows how powerful the delineation is. They think, oh, God, this is so big, the CIA must be behind it. That's power for them to sit up and say stupid shit like that. It's always some big money must be behind it. That's how powerful the delineation is. But there's already mainstream and institutional validation, which we didn't need, but it's already been validated. It's validated by the culture, the streets, mainstream media. Remember, the ABC News did a very powerful, internationally recognized history piece about foundational Black American history, telling the truth about it. It's already been broadcast. You can't put that genie back in the bottle. You understand? We forced institutions to properly recognize foundational Black American as a distinct historic lineage. You did? The people who sit up here trying to remix the shit, talking about it's a group, they look out of touch and out of style. They look just like they look in their homeland. Outdated, out of touch, left behind. Which is good. They're trying to fight a reality that the rest of the world has already acknowledged. So they're trying to rewrite the rules of FBA delineation. At this stage, it's just desperation. You know, they see the cultural shift. They see the TPS expiring. They see what's going on out here. They see the unity that we have. So they're scrambling. They can't really debate actual history. They can't debate data. So their only recourse is to just argue semantics, argue bad faith arguments, talking about trademarks and all that. Every word has a damn trademark. That ain't got nothing to do with lineage. It's still a lineage. You understand? Foundational Black Americans is strictly about a biological reality. That's a historic infrastructure. You understand? And these folks are mad because delineation stops their historic theft. If they want to try to frame our lineage as like an organization, they want to strip away the historic exclusivity of our lineage. See, they want to blur the lines so that everything can be confusing and then they can kind of slip in somehow. Yeah? So the people trying to fight foundational Black American lineage at this point, you're trying to fight gravity. You know, you just can't, there's nothing they can do. Yeah, it's futile. I'm telling you, they can't do shit. I love it. They can't do a damn thing about it. They're yelling into a void while we're doing our thing. We're connecting, thriving. The delineation is spreading. The tethers are getting checked. None of that disrespect is happening no more. You can't come up there with disrespecting. Everybody's getting checked. Everybody's getting held accountable. Y'all can't say that stupid shit. Y'all can't run around here talking about we ain't got no culture. And all. You get checked immediately at this point. Notice everybody who talks shit about the lineage gets taken right up out the paint. You get delegitimized immediately. They don't like having that kind of accountability. See, they're not used to that. They're not used to us making them accountable for their bullshit. People have been so used to coming around us with nonsense. Now that they're being checked, they don't like it. Well, damn it, this is the new norm. I'm sorry. Get used to it. You getting checked at the door. The minute we start getting something going and some fool step up talking about, we don't need no reparation, we need to stop begging the white man. Hey, nigga, where you from? Where you from? Yeah, we checking everybody now. All that stupid shit, that's over. You can talk all that trademark group shit all you want. Your ass is getting checked. You ain't gonna come up here trying to undermine us no more. Those days are over. We're asking questions. We're checking hairlines, paperwork. Yeah, all that bullshit is stopping. Yeah, you want to run for office? Okay, well, what's your agenda for foundational Black Americans? Well, you know, us people of color. Oops. Nope. You getting taken about the paint immediately. The minute you start saying the tether code words, you getting up out of here. They don't like that. Oh, they don't like the swiftness of getting checked. Yeah, these politicians are getting ran down on. They show up, the families out there on that ass. They don't like that. They out there. We want to have some benefits for all the minorities. Yo, what you doing for Foundation of Black Americans? What about reparations and tangibles? Well, we all in this together. Hell no. Everybody's getting checked. Everybody's getting held accountable, and that's the new narrative. You understand? We control the narrative. That's what they don't like. The people who carry the bloodline and built the foundational culture, we're the ones who dictate what it's called, not you tethers. We already established the standard. We set the parameters based on actual history. See, none of these people can come around us and tell us who we are and what we are. All that shit is over. And they're still desperately trying to do it. You niggas are African. Whether you like it or not, you are African. We're African together. No, Dudu Tunde. You're African. We're foundational Black Americans. Get your musty ass out of my face. That's what we own. You ain't gonna sit up and tell me shit. You understand? How dare you? You don't get to claim our accomplishments. We don't have to claim you. You ain't done shit for us. For you to come up here and try to pull rank. You ain't protected us, given us no resources, given us no sanctuary, nothing. We don't owe you shit. We owe other foundational Black Americans. Yeah? We don't owe nobody nothing. But you need us, nigga. There's strength in numbers. No, nigga, there's a gazillion of you in your homeland and y'all shitting on the streets and bopping each other in the head with sticks. So there ain't no strength in those numbers. No, our numbers are fine because we're on code based on lineage. All right? And that's good enough for me.
All right, is caller still there? Is caller still there? Okay. We ready. No, come on, we're leaving. I got some shots up. I had some promise. And then some shots went the other way. All right, well, that's because I'm going for my discipline. I want immediate results. I'm dripping myself. Okay, so I know what I'm doing. I'm just not being disciplined. They're making a few in a row, and I think I'm Curry, instead of just staying disciplined and keeping that rhythm. Okay, all right. Well, I know I ain't leave my keys over there. Hey, on his way. Yeah, man. Is Baby London still there? Okay. So dude called in earlier. Leave it. Just leave it. Don't touch it. Dude called in earlier. You know, he chimped out at the very end of it, but and I'm telling you, this is why. And I don't want people to feel like they can't question us. But it's like, dude, you got bad faith questions, and no answer is going to thoroughly satisfy you. No answer is going to quench your thirst. You dig? So it's like an inevitable, like, tethering that's about to happen. I'm trying to like avoid it, but he thinks that he's like dude, you kind of tethering, and then, like you can say what you want to say about yourself, but then there's a consensus. You dig? I can say, oh yeah, white people love me over 3 white people, but then there's a whole You dig? Because this is out there saying, no, sir. If you come around here, you dig?
Man, Lord. Yeah, y'all ain't done a good. That's the thing. We supposed to claim you and you ain't done shit? You ain't done a damn thing for us for centuries. I mean, literally nothing. And done nothing for.
And another thing is, like, folks believe because they lived amongst us for so long, and they don't know, like, you really ain't live amongst us. Like, because you wasn't down south. You dig? Like, that's like, living up here with us. You're not living amongst us. You're living with us up north. But you don't really live amongst us until you move down south. And you might not like that. You might not like it. It might be uncomfortable to you. Because, you know, like New Yorkers, FBA's, Jersey, New York, Philly, we got a familiarity with, folks who are from the West Indies and maybe even Africa, right? There's a type of familiarity with them that we had, you dig? And we would cater to some things, you feel me? What I'm saying is, you take your butt down south, bro. Like, they are the overwhelmingly majority, bro. They're not catering. You either catch up or they're gonna leave you behind, man. Southern folks don't be playing. They'll be playing catch up, and they don't care what you got going on either. And all that my ninja, all that my ninja. Yeah, man, you might find yourself chin check down south. They got a lower tolerance for the my ninja. So y'all gonna find out in the worst way. Dig. So it ain't but too much you can cosplay before we realize, oh, and again, we get more offended when we find out you're not one of us after you present yourself as one of us. Like, we really get offended at that. You dig? That really, really does something different to it. They'll be like, oh, Mathich is one of us. And I gave the gang blood example. I said, bro, you out here talking about Pyru, all this stuff, and dude gonna think you that and treat you accordingly. But once it's revealed, you're not that. Yeah, like nobody takes that lightly. And even like this, a family reunion, you faking like you part of the family, they're gonna embrace you. They're gonna let you come and eat. You dig? When you could have just said, I'm just hungry, bro. Can I get a burger, a hot dog? I'm not with this family reunion, but I'm really hungry. If y'all could just hook me up, I'm on my way. But I'm really hungry. You'll get fed. But if you start lying, talking about you from the Jenkins family, you dig? You from the Williams family, at some point, somebody's gonna ask the question amongst the lineage, like, yo, the Williams, who is him? And then a bunch of Williams gonna say, I don't know. He ain't from so and so, so and so. Ah, or is he from so and so? I don't know. Ask her. Hey, Barbara, you familiar with him over there? No. And then they be like, yo. Then now they like, yo, come here, yo. You said with you with the Williams family. Who's your mother? And then there we go. All that could have been avoided had you just said, hey, I'm not with either family. I'm just hungry. Listen to good music. I'll stay out the way. But I am good at, band bit. I'm good at, play, I'm good at dominoes and cars. If y'all want to do that, I could be somebody's guest. But I'm really good at that. Coming straight honest like that, folks, you leave it up to the folks to whether to invite you or not. They might say, nah, I'm good, man, next time. But you want a burger there? I got you. Like, they ain't gonna send you on your way hungry. They most likely gonna feed you and then get you up out of there. You dig? All right. So one more commercial, and then we're gonna get to the double agents. One more commercial, my family. And then we're gonna get to the double agents. Oh, okay. I know. Let me finish doing this. Those Brits. Let's get to those black Brits. Was it let's go with this one.
Good call. Mayo Monica, I get you on tomorrow. We don't want to hear your Mayo babbling tonight. We do not want to hear that Mayo babbling. All right. Let's raise your hands, family. Raise your hands and let's
I can invite yourselves up.
Let's get FBJ1 in the building. FBJ1 in the building. Your mama who had to give a blowjob for a green card.
Oh my
That
God.
we don't know our family members.
Green card. That's the only hoe. So what other material do you have, sir? Go ahead.
Come on now, the lip smacking legionnaire. What's going on?
Right.
Why are you telling these lies about my people that we don't keep records, my guy? What are you doing?
What records do you keep?
Bro, come on now. We had the Arakan, we got Griot. I'm talking about specifically Yoruba. You said that we don't know our family members, we don't know our lineage. Nonsense.
You don't. What's your lineage?
Bro, I can trace one of my lines back to the 1400s, my guy. Stop it.
Really? Which line?
Stop it. Maternal.
Which line?
Maternal.
What tribe?
I just said it, Yoruba.
Sir, where were the Yorubas in 1400? Because they were nomadic, sir. They've been running around. Yes, they were. They've been running around West Africa. Them tribes have been running around West Africa for centuries, sir. What you talking about? And there was no Nigeria in 1400. What was the area called in 1400, sir? Come on, Regal Eagle.
The Oyo Empire and Benin, bro.
Right.
Nigeria. I don't give a damn about that.
Right.
I don't give a damn about that.
Right.
What was America called in the 1400s?
Slow down.
What was America called in the 1400s?
Well, slow down.
No, I'm returning the question to you.
It was Turtle Island. They had all types of names.
Dude, stop that, man. That's Native Americans, bro. What did you name it?
Okay, you stop tether babbling, sir. You sound like you're just munching on Jollof and injera. Calm down. So your failed homeland wasn't created yet. The white people hadn't created your homeland yet, sir. And those tribal groups were all over West Africa, so you don't really know where you were.
Dude, we were 1,000 years more advanced than the Americas, bro.
Really?
Stop it.
Wait.
You never had an Iron Age.
No. Wait, so you were 1,000 years more advanced, yet you're over there shitting in the streets now? Is that what you're saying? What happened?
You man eat booty like groceries. You love eating bummo.
No. You can't tell me.
You man love eating bummo.
Sir, you can't tell me you were 1,000 years advanced in your tribal group.
Then the Americans.
No. You're saying your tribal group goes back to the 1400s, yet you don't have running toilets. No, sir, and you don't have electricity that's constant in your homeland? Huh?
Dude, if we go comparison with the Americans, no, let me speak.
The stuttering.
You're muting. No.
It sounds like a Burna Boy song. If we, come on now, stop stuttering.
Bro, what are you doing this for, man?
Stop stuttering.
You spend more time with that mute than you do with your wife.
Okay, no, sir. If you had this 1,000-year head start, why are you not having an advanced civilization there now? Why are there dirt roads and bushmeat?
Bro, after the Songhai Empire fell.
Oh, here we explain. Let's hear the explaining. Go ahead with the explaining. What happened?
Dude, look, stop it, bro. Comparison for comparison, yeah. The Native Americans, we were 1,000 years more advanced than them. You didn't have an Iron Age.
Then, sir, why are you wiping your ass with shea butter leaves right now in your homeland? Huh?
Why is that always in your brain? Why is
because they got signs in your homeland to tell you to stop shitting in the streets. You can't tell me how advanced you are and you're living in floating sewages over there, sir.
Flowing through.
Dude, you know what the Europeans done. So stop it. Don't be stupid.
What they do?
Don't be stupid, bro.
What did
Don't
they
be
do?
stupid.
What
You
did
read the
they
book.
do?
You know
What
what they
did
did,
they
bro.
do? What
With
did they do?
with colonialism, yeah. What they done is the system of colonialism made it that we couldn't really work on like self advancement for our economy
Bullshit.
with our no. Let me
Bullshit.
say it. Let me land
We
it.
did it. We did it. We dealt with the same white supremacists, and we ain't shitting in the street. So I don't want to hear that.
Dude, you
We
haven't been in
we
toilets left, right,
we
and center.
we
Stop
dealt
it.
with
Stop
this.
it.
We dealt with
Stop
the
it.
same white supremacists,
You man
sir.
are living in wooden
We
houses.
dealt with the same white supremacists, and we ain't wiping our ass with shea butter leaves, sir. We ain't living in shanty town. So what you talking about? Huh? We ain't living in shanty towns like
Bro, you
you.
spend more time with that mute button than your wife, bro.
Yes,
Stop it,
I
bro.
do. Yes, I do.
Come on,
Because
bro. You love that mute button, bro.
I'm not gonna hear no
Mute
musty lying
maestro.
tether, no musty lying tether try to babble and lie. I'm not trying
Bro,
to hear
stop the
that.
cornbread babble. Stop the cornbread babble. I don't want to hear
Go
all that. Let's
ahead,
have a proper
talk to
conversation.
me. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Stop the cornbread babbling, bro. This is annoying now. Look, like you like to divert and all
Cornbread babble, really, really.
this nonsense. Anyway, the Yoruba people is at least 1,000 years old. Now we had an Iron Age, we had a Bronze Age. You didn't, and that's proven. That's proven.
Sir, you got a dookie age where you're shitting all over the place right now. So that's a bad look if you've been there for 1,000 years and you ain't even building paved roads for yourself. China and all these other people got to come in
Bro,
and
have
do
you heard?
everything for you. They got to come in and do everything for you. You've already been there for thousands of years and you can't get shit popping and you're blaming the European?
Dude, the Chinese and Arabs are taking over your communities, bro. I've been to your country, bro. Stop it. You've not been to
They're
mine.
taking over who?
I've been to your country, bro.
They're taking
You're
over
having a
who? They're taking over what, the nail
you
shops?
are
What are
having
we
a
talking?
black flight right now.
Well,
Why?
they got nail shops, dude. They ain't taking over shit. They got nail shops, sir.
And you can't even do that. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
even
we
do that.
can. Yeah, we do. We
What?
have
Where's your nail
those.
shops?
Yeah,
Where's your
we
nail
have them.
shops?
We
Where are they?
have those. We have
We're like
those.
your black flight. Explain that.
We
What?
have nail shops and spas all over this place, sir. What you talking about?
Bro, the Chinese are out muscling you. Stop it, man. Shut up.
No, they're
Come on now.
not.
Yes,
No,
they
they're
are.
not.
Yes, they are. Yes,
No,
they
they're
are.
not.
Yes, they are.
No,
All right, explain your black.
sir, they the ones got you colonized over there as a minority. They're getting your resources
No,
over
they're
there,
not. Chinese
sir.
man
Yes,
get
they are.
slapped
Yes,
up
they
in
are. Yes, they
Nigeria.
are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They got you locked down over there. They tag teaming with the Europeans
Chinese
on
man
that
will get
ass.
slapped up in Nigeria.
No, they're
Don't
not
think,
gonna do nothing. You're not gonna do a damn thing. All you're gonna do is put on some cake soap and eat some damn shrimp fried rice and bow down. Stop fronting.
dude. You man are the protagonist of bleaching. Stop it.
Please,
Stop it,
we
bro.
don't do no. We ain't running around here with beige faces and black ass knuckles like you. Stop it. Y'all love projecting your weird shit onto us,
Don't let me
sir.
post them adverts. You know,
Oh
I've
no,
seen them
no,
adverts from Madden,
sir.
whatever her
We've
name.
seen
All
you,
them ladies from the
sir.
1900s, bro. With
Sir,
their
we've seen you. We've seen what you look like. Let me get Grinds TV in here, brother. Grinds,
bro, bring
hop
that
on.
fat prick. That
Let's get Grinds in the building. Grinds, hop on, sir.
What's going on, brother Tariq?
How you doing, Grinds?
where's your gal?
I'm
Where's
good
your
and
gal?
yourself.
Where's
Oh
your gal? Pussy?
no!
Where's your
Stop
gal?
talking. Hey, no!
Can't,
Why did you
post your
flee
gal.
your
All this
homeland and
time
marry a white
you
woman for
can't post your
reparations,
gal.
Reggie? Y'all look in the
Your
purple
gal.
pill right now. That
All the time you
bug-eyed
can't post
motherfucker
your
right
gal.
there. That's Reggie.
Listen,
Oh,
my
That's
wait,
gal
hold
has
Reggie.
a
on, hold on,
3,000
wait,
And
pound
wait,
his
ring on his finger.
PCR got
Where's your
two
gal?
hold
burnt
on,
roaches
wait,
on his
wait,
Where's
wait,
elbow
your
right
gal?
now.
No, I
wait,
got
Why do
stabbed
you
by
have
a
a
fucking
white
dog.
wife and you
You're
talking
not
all this
outside.
shit, Reggie?
You're not outside.
wait,
You're not outside. You're not outside. What
Grinds,
roaches?
hold on,
What
wait,
roaches?
no. Oh,
See, it'd be hard to get people up on your TikTok space because their mouth is so crazy. They make your channel counterproductive. Like, dude, yeah, I can't. Yeah, there's a reason why they got to come to our spaces because they're shadow banned from their crazy mouth. It's like, so y'all don't think I gotta fix your mouth? Y'all think your message is gonna go far? You keep being shadow banned and restricted. Like y'all don't, and that's why I say a lot of these folks be agents. It's like, how far do you think your message is gonna go when you're constantly shadow banned and restricted? Oh, nah, I ain't gotta change my word to whitey man, white. All right, well then go keep being muted, okay, from social media. But don't bring that here, man. Don't bring your permanent mute button over here. Oh, now you scared. Whatever, dude, get off. I had some folks do that to me. Come over here cussing like crazy. I'm like, yo, what you trying to do, man? You trying to get me blackballed like you? Oh, now you scared. Okay, well look. I'm definitely gonna boot you. I said, I'm so scared I gotta give you the boot. Okay? But I'm definitely not gonna let you sit here and get me deleted off the internet because you're deleted off the internet. That's not how it's gonna work here, my guy.
I know this nigga. Grinds, can you put it up in the big screen if you
Those are
can?
stab
Oh,
wounds.
yes, sir.
Those are
Yes,
stab
sir.
wounds.
Wait,
Yes,
Yeah, put my
sir.
face up. So what? So
Regal,
what?
Regal.
So what?
Wait,
So what?
Regal,
That's
Regal.
Reggie. You know
Reggie.
So
Reggie.
what? So what? So
Reggie.
what?
Reggie
So
the
Wait,
what?
Nigerian, the
whoa.
See
fleeing
me,
Nigerian.
see me when you
He
see me.
came right behind his
See me when
boyfriend
you see, bro.
Flea T.
Grimes, you
Reggie.
can't even bend down. You
Hold
can't even
on.
bend
Now,
down.
hold
You
on.
rather you
Wait,
talking about
You
he
can't
up all
even
night
bend
with
down
him,
on
you
wait,
what
but
wait,
your
you up all night with you rather
You can't
text
even
a
bend
wait,
down
you
Reggie.
rather
on what
text
your
another
knee.
nigga
Hold up.
than
You
to have
can't
sex.
even.
Wait. Grinds, please put that picture up. Grinds.
It's up there.
I
It's up there.
I
It might
can't.
take a second.
Okay.
It's up there.
Okay. Please put Reggie.
Listen,
Hold on. No,
listen.
Reggie.
Plastic face, plastic.
Nigga.
Listen, your boy don't even listen. Your boy can't even bend down and wash his knees. Look at the burn marks. Grind. All right, grind. We're gonna do this.
You got them roach
Grind,
looking burnt marks
grind,
on your elbow
grind,
right damn now. And
grind.
Wait
you
a
got
minute.
and your greasy ass
Wait.
got enough to talk shit about black Americans. Your presidents are getting annihilated for not being in
Again,
alignment with the COVID restrictions, and you want to
Grind.
talk
Look at
shit
your
to
legs.
us.
Look at your
They're
clothes.
killing
Look at
your
your fit.
presidents right
Look
there
at
for
your
over the
fit.
last 3
Grind,
years.
grind.
You
Look at
got more
grind.
smoke
Talk
for
to me.
us.
Talk to me.
I
Talk to me.
lost 200
Look at
pounds,
well,
nigga.
you're wearing that.
What the
You're
fuck
wearing
are
a
you
curtain.
talking about?
You are
use
wearing
your
a
You
curtain,
profanity,
my
have a
guy.
man.
relationship about.
That's
You
his
showed me
Look
picture.
the
at your
picture of your
knee. Look
white
like
wife and
That's his picture right there. Oh my god! I didn't even look just now. Yeah, these guys be looking the funniest. No wonder they be hating TikTok. Love you.
deleted it
my
when I
guy.
called it out.
Wait, Reggie, you got a white wife, Regal.
No, my wife's black. My wife's black. She's mixed race. She's mixed.
But Reggie,
No,
this is you, but
no.
Reggie.
My wife is mixed. My wife is mixed. Stop it.
Okay, but Reggie, but dude, this you with the bug eyes, brother.
Yeah, I got big eyes, man. Got big eyes.
Dude, man, you look like a musty meerkat, brother. Why are you in here talking shit?
Shut up, man. You fucking
You
foxes.
cannot be in here talking shit the
Shut,
way you,
bro. All right, no. All right, compare Grimes to me. Come on, you crazy? That's your boy.
dude.
Look at the fit. Look at the body. Look at his knee. Look at his knee. That knee needs to be amputated.
Dude,
It's a wrap. No.
my
We're not gonna
nigga.
do this. We're not gonna do this, bro.
That's your
Dude,
whole
Grimes,
white hand right there, and then you deleted after I called you out hours ago
You are
about that.
going to die,
You
my
would
guy.
rather talk
You
stuff to
are going
niggas
to
on this
die,
app
my
at
guy.
1 o'clock your
That leg
time
is
than to
finished.
have sex with your wife. Y'all
Grimes,
flee
where's your
your
gal?
homeland, flee
Where's
to
your
the
gal?
UK, have
Where
sex
is
with
your
old
gal?
white women for
Grimes,
reparations. There's
it's
all
been
kind of
20.
articles about that stuff,
Grimes.
Reggie. Come on, Reggie.
I asked you to post
Don't
up your
talk
gal.
crazy to me,
I
Reggie, and
asked
that's
you
your
to
get
post.
down.
and
Don't talk
Look.
crazy to us, and that's literally your get down.
And
Grimes.
Reggie, I'm looking at your fingers, nigga. Your fingers look like melted Tootsie Rolls. Boy, you got the ashiest hand. You couldn't get no shea butter for them fucking fingers. And Reggie, damn, brother. All that shea butter, you couldn't climb a tree and get some shea butter and just dab them hands down. You got the roughest looking hands ever, nigga. Good Lord.
Bro, I work outside. I'm a real man. I work outside, mate. I put in a hard
Dude,
graft.
you got elderly monkey hands. Those
Bro,
are
I
the
work hard, bro. Listen, tell your boy Grimes to work in the gym. Tell your
I
boy
do,
Grimes.
and I eat better than I don't eat bush meat and goosey soup and fufu every day like you. Eating shit with my ashy ass hands and
Dude,
shit.
stop it, bro.
Ashy ass
Listen,
nubs.
your
Get
food
out
is
of here.
banned all over
You ain't
Europe, bro.
talking crazy to me
And
like
your
that, bug eye
USDA
boy.
EBT, your
Looking like
USDA
something out of a
EBT
bug's
card,
life and shit, talking crazy
your
to black Americans. Slap
USDA
yourself.
EBT card
Slap
food, bro,
yourself,
ain't
Reggie.
cutting it, my guy.
Slap your get.
But Reggie, your fingers do
You
look
slap
like
your belly.
Reggie.
You slap your.
Your fingers look like gazelle hooves. You got the weirdest fingers for a nigga. What kind of fingers are those, brother? Those are
Bro,
some
these are man hands, bro. I work
dude,
outside, bro.
dude,
Listen, I'm a laborer, my guy. I'm a
dude.
laborer. So what?
Yeah.
You man, go out and do a hard grind. Stop bitching.
He just said
72
my gay.
hours
Y'all
straight.
heard that? He said my
Seven.
gay. So you gay,
No,
Reggie?
you're gay. Where's your girl?
No, you gay,
No, but
because you
you can
rather
see my
be on
wife.
here early
No,
in the
no, no,
morning with
no,
another
no.
man than sleep
Listen.
with your wife.
No. What? Oh, mind
You
out, bro.
make this too
No.
easy,
Don't
Reggie.
listen. Don't
You
mention my.
make this
Listen,
shit too
face to
easy.
face, I'd carve you up, bro. Don't mention my wife.
This is the
I'll
stuff we got to
carve you
deal
up,
with
bro.
on a regular.
Don't do that.
See,
Don't
every
do that.
day and every night.
Don't do
They
that.
pass each
Don't
other
do that.
batons
Don't do
like
that.
a damn
Don't do
race,
that.
Tariq. This is
Dude, you're
crazy.
not outside in
Man.
Chicago, bro. You're an easy target in Chicago. You're not
You're
outside
a,
like that, my guy.
nigga. I'm
You're not
outside.
outside.
You wouldn't last
If
5 minutes out there or where I'm at. What the hell are you talking about?
there's no
And
way you're
still, on Chicago's worst
there,
day, you still flee to
there's
Chicago
no way
than to deal with the bullshit that goes on where you fled from.
there's no way you're a stepper, bro, and you're
Chicago's
that big.
best day is
You
way
would
better
die.
than where you
You
fled
would
from on their
die.
worst day.
You are an
What are
open
you
UN.
talking about?
Let me
Are
get brother
you
Kanye in. Let me get brother Kanye in.
bro,
Yo, yo,
hold on.
somebody just sent
Hold
me
on a
this
minute.
picture. Yo, my
You're
nigga,
hold on.
why you posting pictures of me?
Who's this
Why you
reborn
posting
black?
pictures?
Yeah, how did they get that picture though? Yeah, I mean, at least have like a decent picture of yourself on social media. Why would you present that picture? At least squint your eyes a little bit, my guy. Like, but why would you put that picture on, out of all pictures you got of yourself? Why would you put that one on social media, my guy?
I can lose weight any day, but you can't
No,
change that
but
tether face,
you haven't.
Reggie.
You haven't though. You haven't. You haven't. But
Why
you
you
haven't.
posting pictures of me, bro?
You haven't.
Why you posting pictures of
What?
me?
Yo,
Why
Kanye,
you
yo,
posting pictures of
listen,
me? You ugly motherfucker.
you reborn black
Bruh,
youngster. You
my
Tim Pan,
nigga,
Black
stop
youngster. Stop it.
it, gang.
Don't chat to me.
Stop it. Stop it. I
Put Grimes
just
back on.
saw you, bro.
GT
Stop
already
playing,
smoked
bro.
you. GT
Stop
already
playing, bro.
smoked you, my guy.
Stop
GT
playing.
already
Look at you, bro.
listen,
Look at what you saying.
Grimes, my girl's rings
Look
cost
at
more than
you, bro.
your whole household income for
See
the
why
month.
you obsessed with what we
Your
got
Four
going
wife
times
on,
bought
bro.
her
over.
Look
ring
at
and
you.
yours
Four
because
times
you
over.
pro, because you're
Bro,
broke.
bro, bro.
What
She's
is you
You,
talking
bro.
about?
she's wearing platinum. She's wearing platinum, bro.
You
Shut
and
up.
your
She
hair got
bought
the
it. That
Shut
old
same.
up.
white wench bought it and bought
Dude.
yours because
Yeah,
you're
you and
broke.
your hair got
Where's your
You
girl?
same.
fled when
I
you came
posted
from in
pictures of you, bro.
Africa
Where
to
is
marry
your
an
girl?
old white broad
Where's
for
your girl?
reparations. What are you
Where
talking
is your
about?
girl?
There's
No,
articles
listen.
about
No,
that
no,
shit,
no.
Reggie. You're
So
If
you
mad because we
basically a
pulled
little
your
hoe.
card.
bro,
You a little
you
hoe.
should
You a
post your
little
girl.
hoe. You a
Where's
little
your wife?
$5 hoe.
Where's
You
your
a little
listen,
$5
Kanye?
hoe.
All this talk from 7,000 miles away. Listen,
You a
I'd
little
butter your face
$5
up.
hoe, nigga.
I
Stop
would
playing with me,
butter
bro.
your
Look,
face
you a
up, bro.
bum. You a
Listen,
bum. You a bum, dude. You a
Listen,
bum.
you look
You a
like a
bum.
roach, bro.
I can't even
You
smell
look
your
like
nigga. You can't even
listen, you
smell
look
your
like
eye up. You got poke
a
through your
butthead
eye, you
roach.
bitch ass nigga.
Come
Look,
on, bro.
dog.
Come on, man.
Look.
Come on, man.
Stop posting
You look
pictures of
like
me.
backwards,
You
bro.
was a
Your face, you
weirdo,
look like a
gang.
burnt up backwards,
You
my
are
guy.
so
Kanye,
weird,
stop
bro.
it.
Look at you. Look, I see why
Stop
you
it.
be on
Stop
here.
it.
Bro,
Stop
look,
it.
bro. Take off that
Come
hat.
on.
Post your
You guys
hairline.
are looking for women.
Yeah,
I know you're
yeah,
looking for women,
yeah,
innit? You're
Reggie,
looking for
Post your
women. You're
hairline.
looking for
Reggie,
women.
yeah, Reggie.
You're looking
What's
for
Post your
FBA women.
hairline, gang.
You're looking for FBA women. I know it. I
Post
get
your
it. You want
hairline.
to be the funny guy.
No, they look for us,
Come on,
gang.
bro.
They look for us.
Silly.
It don't work like that. They
No,
look
you
for
don't
us.
have no
We do
game.
it
You
all.
don't
We
have
do
no
it all.
game because you be in their
No game.
DMs.
No
You
game.
be in their DMs.
Who
Instead
DM I'm in?
you're
Who
latched
DM
to
I'm in?
Tariq's pro stick.
and Reggie, you got your hairline covered, man. Your hairline's looking a little janky. Your hairline looks like a half-eaten moon pie. What's going on with your hairline, Reggie?
Bro, listen.
It's true, Reggie. What's going on with that?
I'm sheer butter smooth, cocoa water
He
fresh,
looks
and my beard
surprised,
connects.
nigga. You look
Sheer butter
surprised, bro.
smooth,
You lying right
cocoa
now.
water fresh, and my beard connects. Something you FBA guys can't do. None of you
What
got
kind of
proper
drugs
beards.
are you on right now, Reggie?
None, bro. Come on, yo. The drug of real life, bro.
Bro,
The
you
drug
look
of real life,
surprised,
bro.
nigga.
The
Reggie,
drug of
Reggie, you trying to act like you stunting on niggas? You look like a stunt double for the singer Seal, nigga. You look real weird.
shut up, bro. You fucking plastic face.
Nigga, you
Where's
got tribal marks on your face, nigga. You got them Kunta
that
Kinte
ain't
marks on your
that ain't
face.
no, that ain't tribal marks, bro. That's just abrasiveness from fighting,
You
bro. That's all.
definitely still,
Something you guys
you got
don't.
beat
That
up.
ain't no that nigga. You got bit by a zebra. That ain't no fighting. You got bit by a zebra pony, nigga. That's what happened. That's what.
Bro, you rent free. Why you rent free Africa?
Nigga, I know a meerkat bite when I see one. You got bit on the face while trying to
Bro,
get
listen,
bushmeat.
man. Listen,
You lose a lot of fights.
listen.
I
These
can tell,
possum eaters,
man.
bro. These raccoon stew eaters. These raccoon stew eaters. I told you already.
You lose a lot of fights.
If I
Yeah,
choked and
bro. You
smoked a
look
coon,
like you got
your
rabies
grandma.
though.
This nigga got mauled by a hyena talking about he was
Nah. You
fighting.
should see what the other. You should see what the other dude look like, bro. You should have seen what he looked like. So anyway, like
Hold on. How long ago was this
you
fight,
man
bro?
can't fight though. Tell me why you Black Americans can't fight. I've seen
Please.
your fights. I've seen
Nigga,
your.
I be seeing Chinese people whoop on you with switches. Stop
Oh
acting
no!
like you
Stop
fighting
it! Stop
somebody,
it!
nigga.
Tariq, stop your nonsense, bro.
How long
Stop.
ago did you fight this nigga? Because your face still fucked up. You said, look at him. Like, how long? Like, you ain't recovered yet? What kind of ass whooping he put on you, boy?
Good Lord, Lord, Lord.
They
Dude,
gave you
listen.
two. Hey,
I've
yo,
listen,
people stop pictures,
nah.
weirdo.
Listen. Let me
Holmes
school you.
gave you
Listen.
two family black
Let
guy.
me
You couldn't even
school
close
you,
your eyes
Mr.
at night.
Grand Rapids, bro. You're dirty water, bro. You're fucking Flint
Oh,
Michigan
wait, I know
Kool-Aid.
you ain't talking about
Drinking
dirty,
your Flint
dude.
Michigan.
I know, sir. I'm looking
Stop
at
it.
your
That
Reggie.
Flint Michigan Kool-Aid water. Stop it. Stop.
Reggie. Are we going to dirty water, Reggie? Look at your eyes. You look like you've been sipping on Ebola tea, nigga. Those eyes are jaundiced and.
And this is why I don't like this right here, because I just got restricted on TikTok for bullying, and I ain't say one word. You dig? TikTok, you cannot do this on TikTok, yo. But on YouTube, you can.
Sickly looking, brother. Come on now. Let's not go there, sir.
Bro, listen. I'm in tip top shape. Tip top shape.
Dude,
Not
dude, you look like you got West Nile virus right now, sir. And that white lady is probably your nurse. So you all right. You're gonna be all right. Let me get some more people. I can't have the lies in here. All right, let's get nature. Nature is racist. Very interesting name. Nature's racist. What's happening?
I just promote racism on all sides, brother. All sides. And that guy, I don't know what to say. His arm didn't even look big, so I can't. He can't defend himself here. So, I don't know what to say about that. I just promote all kinds of racism. So, if anyone wants to add, subscribe, and
Okay,
I'm
so you
joking.
just cracker babbling. Okay, he just wanted to
I
cracker
have I have
babble.
nothing to
Nothing, just cracker
subscribe to,
babbling.
brother.
Just
But
cracker babbling.
I
Okay.
have nothing to subscribe
Okay,
to. But
okay. Nobody wants to hear that. Good Lord. Y'all just, the white supremacists love to just be in the mix or something. Yeah, love to be in the mix or something. Just want to be in the mix for no reason. Oh, goodness. Well, this was funny. Lord, this was funny. This was entertaining, boy, wasn't it? This was very entertaining.
God.
All right, let me get up out of here. Y'all gonna have me on here all night. I got shit to do. Oh, it's been entertaining. Look, everybody go to
My God.
hiddenhistorymuseum.com.
Why did I play this, man? Now I'm restricted. It's going to mess up my live tomorrow morning. My live in the morning be litty. Gonna mess it up. All right. Let's expose Godfrey. Let's expose Godfrey and 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 that Marquette guy. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Let's get to the expose. Yeah. Let's TikTok just be blast. I'm off TikTok. It's still blasting some content. All right. Anyway, where did I put it? Oh, no. I can't play that. Okay. I gotta play. Did I delete it? Oh, mama. All right. It looks like okay. I gotta go to the laptop. I deleted too prematurely on that. So let me go to the laptop. Yeah, peace to the chat. You dig? Damn, man. Hopefully that restriction go away by tomorrow morning. That's gonna ruin my live, man. Damn. It's gonna ruin my morning live. Shit. I got flagged for harassment and bullying. And like TikTok, like these places don't really the appeal be weak. It's like it ain't a real appeal. Like, can I explain? I'm just playing uh equal roast. They're both roasting each other. Is that okay? That ain't me. Mutual combat, I want to say. Harassment and bullying. I mean, at least YouTube give you a space to like type something in there to explain. I want to let them know, like, nah, my guy, I'm playing a video. I ain't harassing nobody. And that was mutual combat. They're roasting each other. But that's what I mean. Like, that's why you can't let people on TikTok be like, yo, watch your mouth. Because that right there. And they don't care because they hop on spaces. They don't create their own. So they don't care they sabotage yours. They just on to the next. And they're, hmm, this is probably the best cantaloupe I ever ate in my whole life. My God. It's so yummy. So yummy. Hmm. I can't stop eating. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna go live. Guess I'll just be on YouTube. TikTok restricted. All right. And dig. The expose continues. All right. Now, yeah, I didn't know somebody would call in there. But was it the Guyanese guy called in that, that was great bill. He did a great bill. Cooked them on the fly. He did too many opinions for me. And the opinions were like anti-lineage. That's why I said, bro, you're gonna have to start give me some Google results. Give me some Google results. He got offended. Nah, no Google results. I'm gonna give you my opinion, and my opinion is undermining your lineage, but I'm a writer. Listen, why do they say they're a writer? No, if you're a writer, we would determine that. You don't tell us you're a writer. We determine you're a writer. And when they say that, they normally behave like that. Like, dude, yeah, yo, you're gonna need the liberals. The liberals is gonna be your obstacle. You ain't gonna get no success with the liberals right there. And then he tried to imply, he kept saying, yeah, the Republicans are not gonna be on the side of reparations. So what are you gonna do? It's like Republicans are not supposed to be on the side of reparations. They are conservative. They don't spend money, my guy. Why would we go to people who don't spend money? We're gonna go to the people who spend money, you dig? Who just don't spend it on us. But don't worry about us. Don't worry about your carrot count. I said, yo, y'all can't get nothing going because y'all too interested in us and not what you got going on in the island. If y'all are more on tune with y'all got going on, y'all might get paid. Or y'all have been paid already. Y'all worry about sabotaging us rather than getting paid. Dig. Anyway, it's a little late. I could keep it going, but this is the time I start dozing off. So I'd rather just, start the live early tomorrow morning. You know how I do. About 6 a.m., 5:30, 6 a.m. And, pop it off early. All right. Peace.